Conditioning and heating, April 20th. You know what that means. Come check out Cloud9 Smoke Shop on 420 at 516 South Canal in Carlsbad. Cloud9 will be celebrating the grand opening on 420 and offering 15% off your entire purchase all day. Plus, food will be provided. Grab hamburger, hot dog, snow cone, and more. Cloud9 will also be having a beauty barn with face waxing, tooth gems, and ear seed acupuncture. Don't miss the grand opening of Cloud9 all day Thursday, April 20th, 516 South Canal in Carlsbad.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Good morning over southeast New Mexico as temperatures on the 285 corridor, 88 degrees in Roswell, 89 degrees, almost 90 in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 83 degrees in Hobbs and Lovington. The wind will kick up just a bit by late in the afternoon with some patchy blowing dust. The dust becomes an issue tomorrow with visibility. 80 degrees in Lovington, 87 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Me and the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
People?
What on earth is that?
It looks like a grilled cheese sandwich.
Is it?
It is. Today is National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day.
Today we celebrate National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day.
Love grilled cheese sandwiches.
It's just good old comfort food.
It's showtime.
And good morning to you. It is another day in paradise. I'll be on the camera, Will. Don't freak out. I actually forgot. what the question of the day was because I sent it. Yeah. So spring is sprung. Do you do any spring cleaning? So back on camera, all is good. Morning, 6:08, another day in paradise. Big wind day going on. Not today, but it is coming, I promise you. Pink Bookmobile Day, grilled cheese day, licorice day, also Librarians Day, walk on your wild side day, and wear a star day going on all day today. 6:08, when I think of librarians, I think about the nun that was...
I just comments from Albuquerque because they were all Albuquerque people. And they were just losing their minds about how bad the conservatives are and how we want to, we should never want to ban any books. Look, it's not about banning books. The book is still available. We just don't want it to be available to kids.
Yeah,
and it should not be in the school. I mean, you should not be learning or have available anything like that. If the parents want to teach them that, great. But it should not be available
specific.
At the school. Oh, yeah. I mean,
age specific.
Elementary schools with oral sex for kids is not okay.
Yeah, I mean, I love the dad that went up there and read from the book.
Yeah.
And it talked about anal sex.
Oh,
and it was at an elementary school.
Oh, and the school board was incensed. That's inappropriate. You can't
talk about this.
No, but we can let our kids talk. We can let our kids learn about it. That's great.
Love it. That's the best way to handle them.
Well,
that's the best way.
The fact that there's any discussion at all. I mean, I'm glad that they're meeting about it, but why now? This has been going on for a while.
Well, just remove the books. And if a parent wants their kid to read that book, then go ahead and buy it for them, and move on. That's the best way to handle it. You want your kid, but don't push it on everybody else's kid. Yeah, I had a tweet yesterday from a teacher that says that he gives people binders and all kind of stuff, and he's not talking about the typical bind. Tom, what's a binder?
Binder is what holds the book together.
Well, it could be, but it could also be a tight deal that holds the breasts in place so a girl looks like a boy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different type of binder. Yeah, but I knew you
Yeah, I
would
don't
go
think they
right
were
to
talking
the.
about the 3-ring kind.
No, they weren't talking about the 3-ring kind. They were talking about the stretchy, elastic type kind. But thank you, Tom, for that. We'll check the weather coming up. More wind in the forecast this morning. Morning show being brought to you by All American Cleaners. Family owned and operated. They love to take care of all your laundry. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, $16.99. They can dry clean your clothes, start you up, keep you looking good. Get in touch with them. They're near you. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and also in Jow, online at allamericancleaners.net. Tom, any texts coming in yet?
You know, if the texter says if they want all the books, the liberals need to allow the Holy Bible, says one of the
Amen.
texts. And
Well,
by-
not only that,
wait a second.
I
Separation of church and state.
yeah. So that one's not okay, but we can learn about other stuff. Well, Biden lover says ban the damn books. I don't know if he was being facetious or if he actually means it.
Well, no, look, nobody wants to ban the books. I mean, banning books are not what America's about. We don't ban books. We just make them age specific. And just like they can't go to a movie theater and go to X-rated movie or R-rated movie. They have to wait till they get home and log on to their parents' internet to get
I was
that.
going to say we have no, we're not under any kind of, we understand that kids can get on the internet and look at all kinds of stuff they shouldn't be doing.
Oh.
I didn't realize till my kids showed me how bad Twitter was with
Dude.
nudity.
I was on Twitter today looking for sound bites, and all of a sudden it flashed on. I went, "Holy crap! Look at that!" And it was porn, and I was like, on Twitter.
I watched. I watched. There's like little clips of little things. And I'm like, holy moly! But I was like, why is my kid going to Twitter so much? Well, there you go. That's why.
I guess so. I guess so.
So we know they can access it, but there again, the school isn't providing it.
Right.
The school's
That's totally
like,
different.
hey,
Tax
look,
dollars shouldn't be providing it.
No.
So, Tom, what is AI?
AI?
Yeah, AI. It's been in the news a whole bunch lately.
Got me on that one.
Artificial intelligence. And a artificial intelligence bot called Chaos GPT tweeted that it planned to destroy humanity. And by the way, Biden's got to jump on you. I'm just saying he's got the jump on you. And so a lot of information lately on AI, and even Elon Musk said we need to pause this. And maybe it's too late though.
Well, no, I think it is. I think it's way too late. I think these things have learned so much and done so much already, and there's too many people that have access to it that know about it and are using it. And it's just, look, what was it? There was one that was able to hire a human via Fiverr or Upwork or one of those websites where you can, get online and just hire someone. So it couldn't do something. So it hired a human to do it for it.
Really?
Oh my Lord.
And then the human did it, and then they were able to work around it. So like, one of those CAPTCHA things that says, are you a real person? I'm not a robot kind of thing. It hired a human to bypass that.
Oh my God.
And then it did what it wasn't supposed to do anyway.
Like 2 months ago, I read this book, and I can't remember. I read so many books that I can't remember which one it was, but it was about the American government. And we had AI working in the background to oversee. And they were gathering information like no humans could ever do. And the quote was from the then president, fictional president in the book, was that if we don't control AI, we will lose. Because if Russia and China is ahead of us in this game, I hate to say, I think Russia and China both are ahead of us in the game. Biden and Ireland, him and Hunter in Ireland. I'm sure Hunter will be there first thing off the plane looking for crack cocaine. I don't know how accessible it is in Ireland, but Biden signed off on a bill this week to end COVID-19 national emergency more than 3 years after it went into effect. But the point of this is many Americans agree that, the national emergency is coming up, another one. It's going to be on November of 2024. It is a national emergency that you get up and go vote and run these tyrannical politicians out of office. We need to get them gone.
Have you seen recently, I don't know if you did the story yesterday, B, there's been a connection between Hunter Biden and COVID-19 and Ukraine, where it's all like connected. So there was a company that got hired to do COVID research before COVID was a thing in November of 2019, before it was a thing. They got hired to do research on COVID.
Wow.
And it was a company in Ukraine, and it was a company that tied directly back to Hunter Biden and by proxy Joe Biden. So there was something going on with COVID-19 and the Bidens even back in November of 2019.
And of course, they probably got paid. The Biden probably got paid big bucks. For sure. No doubt. 70 years of helping you save leftovers. Tupperware may be about to go out of business. Say it ain't so.
What?
Joe Biden killed Tupperware? Yeah, their stock slid 45% on Monday, the lowest level, as the company said they don't know if they could survive this. And Millie Bobby Brown announced her engagement on Instagram. She is engaged to John Bon Jovi's son, who is 20 years old. And by the way, yes, the DNA did transfer, the hair, long, nice hair. Man. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg filed a suit against Ohio Republican Congressman Jim Jordan yesterday to block the recent subpoena issued by the House Judiciary Committee against Bragg, who is investigating Donald Trump for alleged hush money being paid to Stormy Daniels. And District Attorney accused Jordan of engaging in transparent campaign to intimidate the district attorney. If anybody would know about it, it would be you, Fat Alvin. Just saying. Yeah. By the way, I doubt very seriously if Jim Jordan will back down from Alvin. I don't see that coming. And Democrats are panicking supposedly over Yvette Herrell already starting the campaign for Congressional District 2, immediately following the Yvette Herrell's announcement alongside Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House, that she is running to reclaim New Mexico's 2nd Congressional District. New Mexico Democrats freaked out on social media. By the way, if you want to see this complete story, John Block put it up, Pinion Post, so go check.
Jokes. They want to give these books to our kids for free?
Well, and that was my thing. It's like, okay, so all the liberals, I wanted to ask them, and I didn't because I hate Facebook fights. Good God, they're so stupid. But I wanted to ask
Wait
them,
a second, Will. Hold up a damn second here.
Well, I know you love Facebook fights. I hate them.
I love making people cry.
You do. So, but I don't enjoy doing it. It stresses me out. So I want to get away from social media whenever I can. But except when I have to be it and on it. But I wanted to ask him. So, are you okay with a Penthouse or a Hustler being available in schools?
No. You're taking it to a whole nother level. Are you willing to put heterosexual sex in every school? That will push them over the top.
I don't know. Well, but, there again, Biden lover said no, he's being serious. if we can't ban these books, then burn them. This is ridiculous. Well, I mean,
he's saying that for the whole book burning. Nobody is burning books. Nobody is banning books. All they're saying is age specific. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I think he's being sarcastic. And if anybody knows sarcastic,
I'm not saying burn the books. I'm not saying ban them. I'm saying get them the hell out of our schools, period.
I agree. All right, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store located in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, safety gear. If you need work boots and steel-toe boots, they've got all of that along with furniture, appliances, and electronics. 0 down financing. Check them out today inside the Broadmoor Mall. And you can also, right next door, check out Scrub Outfitters. Maybe you work in the patch and the wife works in the medical field. They've got scrubs. They've got the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Big name brands, Healing Hands, Met Couture, Peaches, Dickies, and others. And if they don't have the scrubs you're looking for, just let them know about it. Hey, I was looking for this size and this color, and you don't have it. And they will get it to you. They will special order it and drop ship it right to you. They also carry comfortable shoes, compression socks, and more. It's Scrub Outfitters right next to Rig Outfitters, both of them located in the Broadmoor Mall. High temperature today getting up to about 85. 15-mile-an-hour winds today, but tonight, 30-mile-an-hour winds tonight. Down to about 53 tonight. 15-mile-an-hour winds coming up tomorrow, 84 for the high, 20% chance of rain. Good news is we're supposed to have wind tomorrow, and they're saying now less than 15 miles an hour. But by Friday, the wind will be up to about 40 miles an hour. Check of the weather being brought to you by WWRV. 3 RV parks in one. They've got 162 RV hookups. 30 and 50 amps available, all utilities included in one price. And that includes every one of their hookups has 30 and 50 amps. They're pet friendly. They come with wired internet right to your hookup. That will enable you to game or stream. They're very well lit up, and it's a great place for the working folks. 3 RV parks in Carlsbad, WWRV3.com. Or give them a call, 988-0392, WWRV3.com. Tweet of the day coming up next, guys.
Hey, Mind Labber says, no, B, I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, I've got grandkids in school and don't want them exposed to this nonsense.
Hey, man, I'm glad you come around.
Yeah. And
Buck says it stopped at Allsup's and Hobbs, and they said they want cash less, but their damn card reader is down. Well, yeah. Oops. So, and I think Cousin Frank Cruz is calling us on the phone there, Russell.
Yeah. You're on B in the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Rocket out here driving around.
Hey, Rocket.
What's up, Rocket?
Hey, you know, man, I tried calling in yesterday, and I know how you guys' system works and stuff, and it's all good. But I wanted to get into today on the same, and apparently it's the same conversation about the books in school. You know, man, one of the solutions to this is somebody just needs to step up and file child pornography charges against the school, you know? And I mean, once that starts happening in one place, it's going to cascade. And, you know, because that's what it is. It doesn't matter if it's heterosexual child pornography or if it's gay child pornography. And that's exactly what it is. We need to quit calling it trans textbooks for children. It's child pornography. We need to call it what it is. It's just like calling these lame asses who call themselves transgender women. They're not. They're transgender men competing in women's sports.
Wait, Rocket. They need to go buy some tampons this morning. They need to go buy some tampons.
Yeah. You know, go watch JP's woman weightlifter on YouTube. It's hilarious. He comes out of the bathroom with the box of tampons going, I don't know how these fit. It's a total parody.
Take it easy,
yeah,
buddy.
that's
Be safe
exactly
out there.
what it is, and that's how
You're right. You're spot on, though. You definitely are spot on. Thank you. All right, text line quickly, and then we're going to go to the tweet of the day. I got a great tweet of the day. You remember the guy in Tennessee that just got put back in the office? This guy has been reborn, Tom. He's reborn.
Wow.
I'm going to play the cut next.
Brian Simmons is texting, well, y'all twisted my arm. Twitter is downloading as we speak. He
Be
says,
careful. I'm just saying. It's
That wasn't
my
the intention, Brian.
right. And how long is the Alexis Avila case? Well, it started yesterday, and it's expected to wrap up Thursday or Friday. I guess, B, you got details on it later?
I do not have details. They were still doing jury selection, as far as I know, yesterday. And you know what? Jury selection in a lot of cases could take up to a week to get the jurors in line.
Yeah, it took about all morning to get those jurors. Actually, one had to be dismissed because they needed translation on some of the testimony, and the judge said, well, you know, they had 14 other jurors. I mean, a pool of 14 jurors, so they just dismissed her and got somebody else. But the jury selection, and then there was...
No habla español.
Right. And then there was the 20-minute opening statements, and then they dug into that case. Now, the defense says, we're not saying that she didn't throw the boy in the dumpster. What we're saying is about the charges of abuse. They're trying to prove in that case that... So
Wait. Throwing a baby in the dumpster is not abuse. The baby is living, breathing, and throwing it in the dumpster. She was taking great care of that baby.
The baby's going to be fine. I mean, she had the bag. We think that one of the other dumpster divers actually, because it was a dumpster diver that went in before the crew that found the baby. Yes. And we think that dumpster diver opened the bag.
And that's why the baby lived.
Yeah, and that allowed the baby to breathe. So,
but of course,
so otherwise the baby would have suffocated. But that's not abuse. The baby's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The baby
come
wasn't
on.
cold that day. The baby was fine in the dumpster. It was totally fine. It was nice and cushy in there. There wasn't anything sharp.
It was what? It was like 12 degrees outside. Come on.
It was cold.
Yeah, there wasn't anything sharp or stinky in there that would have hurt the baby. I mean, bro, you know. Some of those.
So
feel like they kill you just for the smell.
Mm-hmm. So more of that testimony showed that when one of the people who found the little boy in there, they was wrapped in a towel. The umbilical cord was still there, and I guess I don't know who wrapped that umbilical cord, but the paramedics came. They found the baby. It was freezing. It was blue, and I think if they would have been 30 minutes later, I think that baby would have been dead. But that's what they kind of got out yesterday. Day 2 is today here in Lovington, guys.
Well, am I still on camera? Because I got a message up, something about firewall. The host disconnected you. Why you disconnected me, Will? I'm gone now. I'll worry about that in a sec. All right, we got to get to the tweet of the day being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Call Jamal. 575-631-5099. Follow them on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And they are racing this weekend at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Bracket racing returns Friday and Saturday. Friday, gates open at 6. Races start at 7. $15 for spectators, $30 for the tech cards. Same thing, same pricing on Saturday, where gates open at 11 o'clock on Saturday. If you need bracket rules and that type of stuff, get in touch with Jamal. And don't forget, they're going to be box, no box, street bikes, street and bikes, and junior drag class, and more. If you are interested, go to the Hobbs Airfield Speedway on Facebook, Instagram, or on TikTok for more information. They're calling it a rebirth. The resurrection. I think I talked about this yesterday when Justin Pearson got to go back into the chambers because the Nashville City Council voted onto that and reinstated him after he was kicked out because of his activism. And I said it on Monday. I am not for removing people because they were voted on, they were elected by the people. And I think when somebody's elected that, Republican or Democratic Party shouldn't remove them unless they broke the law. And then I hear his video from when he was in college at a predominantly white college. And then I'm just telling you, this guy has been rebirthed. I'm going to play the cut. So here's Justin while he was going to college. Here we go.
I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Bowdoin Democrats to the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
All right, now here he is. Once he got elected, or once he ran for office. Of course, it all started with the Black Lives Matters protest. He became an activist. So you heard him there. Here he is now.
Like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But we have good news, folks. We've got good news.
So that's him now. I'm not making this up.
No, he's not. He's not grandstanding. He's not
playing
it up at all.
I remember when Obama used to go to predominantly African-American neighborhoods.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden, he would start speaking Ebonics.
His
all of a sudden
changed.
Yeah. So here he is before. I'm going to play it again just a little bit.
To the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together different voices.
Wow. Here he is now. Here we go. Here he is.
But that was good news for us.
Good news.
I don't know how long this Saturday in the...
I mean, how long did he have to practice to get that down? I mean, dude, part of me wants to congratulate you for pulling off one of the biggest charades ever.
Look, if he didn't get violent and he didn't break the law, then he shouldn't have been removed. But if he did, because this was a protest that actually assaulted police, unlike January 6th, where, and there were a few bad apples that definitely needed to be stopped. But other than that, the overwhelming majority of people were just hanging out.
So let me ask you this much, though, and I think it is appropriate. So you're worried about gun violence. Why aren't you worried about black on black crime right there in your neighborhood where kids are being killed by other black kids?
Oh, but that's not the same, B. We can't talk about that. We're not concerned about inner neighborhood, violence.
And according to the FBI stats, 14% of the population is accounting for a big chunk of the crime. Jason Whitlock said over the weekend also, why aren't they discussing no fathers in most of these kids that are born into America nowadays? He said nobody wants to discuss the hard stuff.
Why? Because they don't want to, admit that the Democrat Party and some of their policies back in the 60s were the reason for that. Incentivizing single motherhood.
Yeah,
was
no doubt.
The reason.
All right, my camera's back up, but it looks different. We cool?
Let me check 1 sec.
Just got a different look. I don't know if it's me or not. While Will's doing that, let me do the.
I did a full page.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, we're good. Thought for the day brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable. Boom or bust, they are there for you. Gas, diesel, DEF value, they've got all of that. And, of course, Interstate Batteries. They go on-road and off-road. If you need any of their products, oil and gas products or interstate batteries, follow them on Facebook or just go to the website, wakefieldoil.com. 35 years ago, Mr. Wendell Wakefield packed up the family and moved them to southeast New Mexico. Thought for the day is in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Whoever thinks money doesn't buy happiness, please transfer your money into my account. It is my thought for the day. I got a lot of cuts from Trump. He was on Tucker Carlson yesterday. Trump went on to say that he doesn't believe that Biden can run in 2024. He said there's something that's just not right with Joe Biden. He said it's not an age thing. He said, look at Bernie Sanders. Bernie is older than Joe and pretty damn sharp. There you go. New Mexico marks the first child death during flu season. They're not even calling it COVID at this point, just flu season. And 2-year-old little girl from Otero County lost her life from the flu. Middle school in New Jersey is now saying they will fly the transgender pride flag year-round. Yeah, year-round. They're going to fly the transgender. I didn't even know we had a transgender pride flag, but God bless you in New Jersey. Hackensack Middle School will fly the transgender flag right below the American flag.
So we have to have a separate as church and state. Can we have a separation of sex and schools?
Maybe we can work on that. One person is in the hospital in Lubbock, critical condition after an explosion at a dairy in Castro County. Sheriff's Department in Castro County received multiple calls about a explosion in about 11 miles southeast of Demet. One person was found there, and that person was taken to the hospital. Explosion at a dairy. Developing story, that's about all we know. California bill would prevent deportation of all illegal immigrants, even those that have a criminal history. New California bill would expand protection against deportations of illegal immigrants. Here we go again with the District Attorney George Gaston. Yeah, the Immigrants' Right Act. They're trying to get this thing passed. Gavin Newsom's already said he'll sign up. Wait, how does state trump federal? This is a federal issue. It's not a state issue. Well, I mean, it's become a state issue when the feds don't take care of it, and then states have to jump in and take care of it via Texas, Arizona.
They don't want to lose all those brand new Democrat voters, B. They got to keep them.
So gang membership, yeah, we're not going to deport people just for being in a gang. I mean, they're just getting together every once in a while. Come on now.
I wonder if we trace back who funded this DA. I bet we find the name George Soros.
Oh, yeah, George Soros and his son. His son, of course, how many times Thomas said he's been in the White House?
40.
24 times.
Yeah.
Was it 40? I didn't
40.
think it was 40.
Yeah.
Attorney Daniel Perry filed a motion for a new trial after a murder conviction, says that new evidence was admitted from the trial shows self-defense. Daniel Perry, of course, is a U.S. Army sergeant, filed a motion. His attorney filed a motion after the trial. He was convicted of murder. Legal team says key evidence was omitted from Perry's trial that shows he acted in self-defense. And by the way, that evidence was hidden from his attorney. Perry is 37 years old, fatally shot Garrett Foster, who was approached his car with a rifle during a Black Lives Matter demonstration. So the guy approached his car with a rifle, and Perry, who was working for Uber, was traveling to Austin for work at the time before his car was surrounded by protesters. Wait, they can impede his mode of transportation, I guess.
So not just protesters, but armed protesters.
Oh, armed protesters. So So there's information that wasn't given to his defense. So this trial, that's a mistrial. By the way, Governor Abbott has already said that he is going to overturn that and get this guy to walk. So I don't think he's worried one way or another.
Pardon these guys? I mean,
well, that's what he said he was going to do. He's going to pardon them. Yeah. Biden arrives in Belfast to celebrate 25 years of peace in Northern Ireland. And Biden announces he's gone. And last weekend, there were more bombs set up. They haven't had bombs like that in 25 years in Ireland. But Biden says he's gone, and all of a sudden things go crazy. All right, we're going to talk about civil rights lawsuit coming up in just a second. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers, currently hiring. They have training programs. They would love to talk to you. If you ever supervised a frac crew, Spinnaker is looking for a supervisor, and they've got the SSIT program to train you. If you've ever run a blender in the past, they could train you to run their cementing equipment and must have a CDL. They've got training for that. Willing to work a lot of hours is the number one key. You'll receive excellent salary, one of the best benefit programs in the industry. Housing's available if you need it. Spinnaker is an equal opportunity employer. Text Oilfield to 63566 today or go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate, $81.50 for Brent crude, $85.61, and the price of natural gas is $2.19.
Thank you, Tom. God bless you at the same time. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com. 3 mirrors in 1 unit, times 1, times 5, times 10. Very bright with LED lights. Very, very nice. Comes in a traveling case. Go online and check them out at atlasmakeupmirror.com. You can also just simply go to Instagram or Facebook and check out all the cool videos that are up there. Pretty cool deal that they put together all those videos and posted them up on Facebook and Instagram. Call Rebecca Long. She's a local inventor. 575-631-3189. atlasmakeupmirror.com. I lost my camera again, Will. I'm going to try to reset it one more time.
It just doesn't like you this morning.
I don't know what the hell it is. Well, I think I know part of the problem. It was on the wrong router. And I don't know why that would make a difference, but kept saying something about that it didn't, something wasn't jiving. So I got it going again, but no picture. I don't know. I really need another phone. Can't wait till I get my new phone. And I'm going to get this other one fixed, hopefully. All right, 6:44. We're going to talk about new civil rights lawsuit in New Mexico. Was somebody having sex with the inmates in New Mexico? I'll discuss that coming up in just a second. Tom in the text line.
You know, the power of prayer is our defense for schools and for war, peace in the world. Growing up in South Texas, we had a family that would send their children to school because the parents were down on their luck with booze and drugs. And our community would pray for those children, says the text. And 90% of the children are working in the oil fields praying for children safety work, says the texter. Okay. Another texter says, in regards to the CIA's State Immigrant Act, we need to continue
California.
The border wall all around California. That's real Roswell woman this morning.
Bro, you're really having.
Now you wonder why yesterday I was ready to take the drill and seriously
should you
put a 1-inch bit on it and go to town.
So here's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to be reading the text, getting ready to read them. I see you pop them up and zoom in on them to look at them, but then actually read them in your head so that when you read them for real, you don't screw them up. I'm just saying, because wow.
Texter said, had my windshield cracked by a sand hauler, so I called New Mexico State Police to ask why they're not writing tickets to them for no fenders or mud flaps. With the craziness of the how's that pronounced? Idiocracy of the self-titled Democrats' stupidity. They dropped the laws against having mud flaps and wheel fenders. So, if your windshield gets busted, get their DOT number and turn them in to the federal DOT. It's still illegal by federal law, says the texter.
College education. I'm glad you finished it, though.
Well, he adds
I'm
words.
glad. I mean, that's what you said when I said college education.
Yeah, just
and you said, well, at least I finished it.
Well, Oldfield Liberal goes on to say technical difficulties due to outsourcing DJ services to a Filipino, says the texter. And do we still have a phone line?
Hey, I got something for you.
Yeah.
I got something for you. Hold up. Got to look on the camera. Hold up.
Oldfield Liberal, just for you, buddy. There it is. There it's on camera. Hey, B, what thing? You're not supposed to. B. Hey, it's radio friendly because that's on YouTube. We don't care. And Rumble, and Facebook, and Twitter, and Twitch.
Yes, I'm a Filipino. Yes, I'm a Filipino. What an idiot. What an idiot. By the way, my people. Yes. I got to let everybody come in because of my people. Whatever.
Someone else said farting cows.
Yeah. New civil rights lawsuits allege that inmates were sexually and physically assaulted. New allegations revealed in a lawsuit filed on Tuesday claims that correctional officers sexually assaulted, beat, and pepper sprayed an inmate. The inmate says he was just standing up for a fellow inmate. Accountability can and should come through a legal process here in New Mexico, according to Steve Allen, New Mexico Prison and Jail Protection. Allen represents Carl Berry, who pleaded guilty to armed robbery in 2016. Berry was doing some time without problems until he transferred to the Clayton facility in 2021. That's when things in the case got kind of crazy. Yeah, started a fight, this and that, and took up for somebody, and that's when they sexually assaulted him and physically assaulted him and humiliated him. So pepper sprayed him while he was on the ground. And, there's one thing I always believe. I'm going to be honest. That's the inmates. I always believe the inmates. Yeah.
Oh, because they never lie.
No. One of the officers placed a boot on Carl's back and said, "Let me guess, you can't breathe," in reference to George Floyd. I mean, why would he make stuff up? So lawsuit coming and I'm sure they'll pay him off because that's what the municipal league does. NFL fans wondering how much Sunday ticket's going to be because that's moving over the YouTube TV.
Really?
Good news for those of you who like streaming sports on your devices. Sunday's NFL ticket is coming to YouTube TV. And as some folks learned last December, if you're wondering about the cost after paying about $2 billion, YouTube TV got the rights. It will cost you, base plan, $249 a season. They're knocking off $100 for pre-sale. So, and you can bundle it together with the Red Zone for $389. So just thought I'd let you know, anybody that still watches the NFL. According to the Odessa Police Department, on Monday around 8 p.m., a 19-year-old was transported to a local hospital with serious injuries. Upon investigating, they arrested a 26-year-old, Devontae Fonte Rogers, 19-year-old still in the hospital. They're trying to gather more information as we speak. All right, Donald Trump was on Tucker. Tom, did you watch that last night?
No, I did not.
So Donald Trump talked about the biggest problem in America today. The biggest threat. Is it China? Is it Russia? Here's what Donald Trump had to say.
Who's the biggest problem, sir? Is it China? Could it be Russia? Could it be North Korea? No, I said the biggest problem is from within. It's these sick, radical people from within, because we can handle, if we're smart, we can handle Russia, China. I did.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that the liberal wokeism is the biggest, no doubt, it is the biggest threat. He
We're
also
defeating
talked about,
ourselves. We've done more damage to ourselves than any country could by far.
Yep. He also talked about North Korea. How did he handle North Korea? And look, we're going to be in a world of hurt coming real soon. Well, you weren't in yesterday. I talked about the we're short. We're very short on ammo, on missiles, on tanks, on
but
planes.
we can leave them in Afghanistan. That's fine.
Yeah. And so China is now, they've got more than 200 more ships than we do. Let that sink in for a second. But here's what Trump had to say about North Korea.
I did a good job. I did a great job with North Korea. Kim Jong-un, you went with me on a trip. You insulted him, which didn't make my life too easy, but that's okay. But you were there, one of the few. And it was an amazing, it had to be one of the most incredible experiences for you.
So Trump also on Tucker talked about China. Here's what he had to say about China.
I told China, if you buy any oil from Iran, President Xi, very good conversations. I liked him a lot. I told him we shot 57 missiles into Syria while he was having chocolate cake. It's the only time he said, repeat. That was the only word I've ever heard him say in English, meaning he speaks English, okay? You know?
He speaks English?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is an interesting thing.
So we learned, look, everybody pretty much in China, the kids learn English in school. I mean, how else would they get the sleepers in here? Talked about Ukraine. Trump talked about Ukraine.
When we talk about war, and when I watch all of the people talking about Ukraine and how's Ukraine doing, blah, 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 Russia's sitting back. First of all, Ukraine's being obliterated.
Yes.
Okay, let's not even talk nuclear. But let's say it wasn't. Let's say they were doing better than anticipated. If he decided to use his second form of destruction, which is nuclear, that's the end of that. You understand?
So, look, Russia. Everybody thought Russia was not gonna have the money to keep this war up. Well, because Europe has caved. I don't know if you've seen what the French president has said as of late, that we need to distance ourselves from America. I'm going to say it right now. If it wasn't from America, France would be speaking German right now.
Hey, France, you got more important problems like, I don't know, the 2 million protesters. Maybe look at home a little closer.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? If Europe wants to distance themselves from us, quit protecting them. United Nations, why are we giving all that money to them? Let them pay for their own. The hell with them. Representative Wesley Hunt talked about the pullout of Afghanistan and said, now the Democrats are trying to push this false narrative.
What we're seeing here is just a derelict of duty. We're also seeing the insulting of the intelligence of the American people. We all watched what happened. We all watched that botched withdrawal. We all watched people falling from planes. We saw the chaos. You cannot act like those things didn't happen. And at some point, you can't blame President Trump for everything. You've got to take responsibility for your failures, and we all witnessed that live on TV.
People like the Europeans saying,
and all of a sudden my TV goes off.
My question is, well,
turn it off.
Next, the Chinese don't want the reserve for.
Thank you. I appreciate it. See, I had to get my AI in here to turn it off. That's the way that worked. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. They've got ready-mix concrete. Big project, small project, really doesn't matter. ChanceMaterials.com, 575-363-3240. Give them a call today. Plants in Roswell and Carlsbad, they would love to serve you, and they serve all of southeast New Mexico. By the way, I should comment on Representative Wesley Hunt. He's right. People falling off the planes. They're trying to say that Biden said that he's proud of that. 13 members of our military died.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the whole thing. We're proud of that.
Oh, well, I think you played a cut from one of the department members that was, just, oh no, it was fine. There wasn't anything wrong.
Nothing bad at all. Colorado Home Depot customer is attacked by a dog. And by the way, you know what the owner did? Fled, left. Home Depot customer bitten in the face by a dog while shopping in Colorado last month, according to authorities. I don't know if you have seen this story. Customers were visiting the Home Depot in Evergreen, Colorado, when a dog's owner and trainer approached them. The dog owner asked the customer to give the dog a treat as part of a training exercise. The customer agreed and was bitten in the face by the dog. The dog owner and trainer then left the building while the store employee was tending to the victim. Both women were recorded on the store surveillance video. They haven't been captured yet.
I just got to say, that's a sucky trainer.
Yeah, can you give the dog a treat? It's part of the training. Sure, here you go.
It really likes faces. That's the treat it wanted.
Holy crap. China's different. Man in China was sentenced to prison after he snuck into his neighbor's property and scared 1,000 chickens to death. I didn't even know you could scare a chicken to death.
Okay.
I mean, nowadays, Biden should have used this. That's why we have a shortage of eggs. Somebody scared the chickens to death. True story. This guy is now in prison over scaring the chickens to death. Evidently, chickens can die from being frightened. They can actually, die from being scared too much. And all companies are urging the Supreme Court not to allow climate change to proceed. And they are trying to get the Supreme Court to take this case up. You can only hope that could be our last savior in the oil field, that they go, no, climate change. I'm going to be honest, I'm not buying into this. 14 cats were found dead after a two-story house caught fire in Las Cruces. 14 cats. That's going to be Tom in another couple years. First responders found the flames coming out of a second story, and upon entry and inspection of the home, they found 14 cats dead. They did find one cat that they were able to revive, but 14 cats in one house. That's the smell of a lot of urine. I'm just saying. It is. Now, hopefully, I don't offend anybody. But is it okay for me to talk about the broadband money that the federal government keeps dealing out? Can I know we got a text about that. So somebody took offense to what I said, that we keep giving more and more money for broadband campaigns on reservations and rural areas and this and that, and said we were wrong about it's different money. So I'm just going to ask a question. Why is it that the private business keeps getting funded by the federal government? Well, when's the last time you got your money? You need a new transmitter? Joe Biden, he'll give you the money.
No, I haven't. We are serving the public in rural areas.
Yeah, exactly. You are. And so it leads me to the next question. How many can we get some free internet? Since the government is assisting, and look, Every time I see these, how many times are we going to put broadband in rural areas? I think it's a fair question. Southeast New Mexico is not that. New Mexico is not that big. It's like putting water on some of the reservations up north. We keep saying that that's where the money's going, and then 5 years from now you'll hear it again. That's what the government does. So, and look, we got good people, internet providers in Southeast New Mexico. I'm not dumping on you guys. I'm just saying, how many times can we fund the same damn projects?
Their point basically was that the infrastructure changes so fast that it's different.
Oh, and it doesn't in radio? Where's our money? I'm sure it does in the oil field too. Where's their money? I mean, we all have to, to upgrade our equipment. Why is the federal government funding this? Just wondering, just asking. So, by the way, Will Skylink, I should get my modem, I think, Monday or Tuesday of next week. So
now
we'll see how that goes.
Keep the power on, then we'll be good.
Yeah, well, good. I'm working on solar. So hopefully, if I can get somebody to actually come to my house and take the money, then we'll be really good. Take it out trash this morning, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, 575-390-4549, trash-eaters.com. They do residential trash pickup, reminding you that the Lovington Shelter seeks volunteers for repairs, cleaning, walking the animals, cleaning the kennels. And they, if you can't do that, they would take your donations. Donations will be used to spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. 575-552-3669. Want to make a donation or tell them you want to be a volunteer? Just give them a call. Take it out trash this morning, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. We knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I prayed that it wouldn't come, but leaks show that special forces are on the ground in Ukraine from America. We were hoping it wasn't going to happen, that America would get sucked in with, personnel going to Ukraine to fight side by side with the Ukrainians.
I mean,
U.S. government.
Is it sucked in, though, and we're just going over there to protect Biden's interests?
Yeah, maybe. U.S. government says it is investigating the source of the leak. Well, no. I'm sick and tired of you guys lying to us. You lied to us about the Chinese spy balloon. You've lied to us about this continuously. So if you're going to lie about stuff like this, why wouldn't, that means that you'd lie about pretty much anything.
Well, I'm just curious. How's that investigation going about the Roe v. Wade leak?
Oh, nothing. Silence. Crickets. We don't need to get involved in that war. Let Ukraine take care of Ukraine. We got the southern border that's
It used to
wide
be
open.
that the media.
So we got 3 million people on the southern border that have come across. Crazy. By the way, I hit my keyboard because I was passionate. That's what that was. It was Joe Rogan talking about the Democrats. So I'll play that cut for you. Joe Rogan talking about the Democrats and talking about what they do nowadays.
It used to be that the media was the primary place that people would go to find out what's going on in the world. But now the media conveniently leaves out anything that it doesn't want to be at the front and center in terms of like things that people concentrate on and talk about. All it is like January 6th. January 6th. Did you see what they did? January 6th. Trump is coming back, but January 6th looms large.
Thank you. I think MSNBC is finally getting it, that things are not good in America. I listened to the cut and I was like, wait, They just said things aren't good without saying things aren't good. Here's what they said.
Published a survey just today, 4,000 people.
Right.
We found that 70% of Americans admit to being stressed, with half saying that they're living paycheck to paycheck.
Wow. So I think they just said that things aren't good without actually saying that Biden has screwed it all up. Thank you for that. I mean, if that's the best you could do, MSNBC, appreciate you. Morning Show, the Guru, reminding you that he fights up in Santa Fe for your whites, for our way of life. He fights for that. Southeast New Mexico. We've got a lot of things that are important to us. Protecting the unborn, Second Amendment rights, our way of life, the oil and gas industry, common sense. Randy Pettigrew fights for all of that. And if you didn't keep up with this last session, let me just say that we won some big battles. Did we win all the battles? No, we're outnumbered, way outnumbered. Republicans are way outnumbered in Santa Fe. But out of 5 gun bills, only 1 passed. Just 1. Governor's not happy about that. We protected the unborn as best as we could. Not happy about it, but some of the abortion bills failed. So we're happy about that. If you need help, Randy is there for you. If you're in District 61, go to the website randallpettigrew.com, randallpettigrew.com. 707 text line, and one more story. We'll take our break, get you qualified for cash, check in with news and more. We're W105 KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM.
Dustin at the Caverns Armory says, with 10% for the big guy and everybody else in the take, it's easy to see why we continually fund the same projects, says Dustin this morning. And another text, yep. And another text is, all politicians are absolutely worthless. All they do is steal from people and waste our money, says the texter.
I found the message B I was looking for from the gentleman who texted us, and he's got some points, but I'll let you decide. So we were talking about the USDA was the one that was where the money was coming from in that, and he said they have a huge footprint dealing with anything agricultural and rural, from crop production to food stamps. They have the Rural Utility Service that oversees power, water, and communications in rural areas. So that was the answer to that, because we were asking that about the other question. Like, I was curious, what does the USDA have to do with that? Apparently, they have a bigger footprint. High-speed internet, the speed definition constantly changes, as well as the technology to deliver it. Fiber optic is the gold standard and is scalable and the most future-proof. It is the best long-term investment. Funding, rural broadcast funding, is the only way to deploy internet service to rural areas where there is no business case to build out to the farmers. I understand that. I mean, there's really. I
understand
no
the cost.
Yeah,
it cost. I can't remember how much, but per mile, it's
well,
pretty.
He's got it here. It's 40,000 per mile for buried,
right,
and can be 100,000 per mile depending on the amount of rock. And
right.
in the cap rock, yeah, easily 100,000, no question. Trust me, I've drilled up there. Problems: wireless and satellite providers lobby for inclusion in the funding and provide substandard service that is not scalable, nor offer gigabit speeds or significant upload speeds. Areas they have received funding in the past are now no longer considered served with a viable speed, so those areas are eligible for funding.
Look, I know a lot, like I can't remember the original satellite internet. Hughes. It sucked. I get that.
Bad.
But Elon Musk is guaranteeing at least 100 megabytes up and down. That ain't nothing that ain't no chump. That ain't that's no chump speed. 100 up and down is good. It was only a couple last year that's what we were getting at the studio, right, Will? Fiber. 100 up, 100 down. So that's nothing to sneeze at.
Well, now we're 5 times that, so we're half a gig up. But I mean,
we spend all this money continuously to serve how many people? And these projects just, I mean, every 4 or 5 years, all of a sudden, oh, we need to upgrade the water system. We need to do this. We need to do that.
We have a phone call.
So, all right, let's go to the call, and then we'll come back and talk about the biological male ban on competing against women. We'll talk about that.
You're on Being the Breakfast Club. Good morning, Mike.
What's going on, guys? How y'all been?
What's up, Mike?
Oh, not much. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed.
Oh, man. Always, you wake up another day. It's a blessed day.
Yeah, I am blessed.
I was like, it's been a while, but don't think I ain't forgot about you. I still listen.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike. Don't work too hard, brother.
Yeah, I was calling to wish my son Adrian a happy 25th birthday today.
Man,
happy birthday to him.
Yes, sir.
I hope he has a great day.
Definitely. I'm hoping so too, but that's what I was calling in for. Heck, I'm going to start getting back into calling in more.
I appreciate you, Mike. You take it easy.
Well, thank you,
buddy.
Mike. And the other line cleared.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Looks like the bill to bar biological males from competing in women's sports heads to the House for a vote. Now, that's as far as that bill was going to get. Senate's not going to look. They're so early next week. They're going to vote on it, and this is what the Republicans are doing. They're putting these bills out there. They're passing these bills, but once they get to the Senate, the Republicans don't have the majority.
No, they don't.
And we got terrible leadership. Oh, Mitch McConnell. Oh, Mitch. I hate Donald Trump, McConnell. I love the Chinese, McConnell. But this bill would prohibit biological males from competing in federal-funded sports against girls, and it would save female athletics. Where are the women's rights advocates standing up for girls? Because what you have right now is biological men that could not compete on the men's side, a.k.a. the swimmer with his testicles hanging out of his swimsuit, swimming on the girls' side. He was 443rd ranked on the men's side, went over to the girls' side, and becomes number one and breaks all the records.
Look, Steven Crowder did a great bit where they actually went and they compared female Olympic athletes with high school male athletes. Guess what? Guess who was on top? The high school males had better numbers, bigger numbers than the Olympic females. So for those who say there's not a disparity in male and female biology, it's overwhelming.
Oh, it's crazy that somebody would say there's no difference.
Well, and so that just means that we're giving all of these so-called, transgender women a leg up and allowing them to basically dominate, and they do, and it's been proven time and time again that they just dominate, and these poor girls have no chance. But I mean, the ones that have, I have to give kudos. There were a couple that actually, there was one that the one that tied the what was the big swimmer? I can't remember their name.
I can't. Yeah, she came very close.
Oh yeah, she tied them at one point, and
So-
but they gave the trophy to the transgender because they wanted to be woke.
Whatever.
I remember in Texas about 5 years ago when all this started, that the transgender male just picked up like four gold medals competing against the girls in track. And I think since then they've outlawed that. But crossed over as a man competing against girls, and it's just so unfair. It really is. All right, 7:15. We've got more wind in the forecast. Not today, 85 today, and 15-mile-an-hour winds. Sunny skies looking good. 30-mile-an-hour winds tonight, 20% chance of rain tomorrow, and 15-mile-an-hour winds. The big wind day is coming up on Friday. 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it is going to be batten down the hatches again on Friday. The good news is, though, by Saturday, sunny skies, and the wind's going to be about 15, 20 miles an hour. Check out the weather this morning being brought to you by United Pump and Supply. Find them on the web at up-s.com. Office now open in Carlsbad. If you're looking for a supplier that holds up to the pressure, they would chat with you. United Pump and Supply, they've got 60 years of experience and now open in Carlsbad. They have the top-of-the-line chemical pumps, valves, gauges, chokes, and more. Your authorized dealer for Mercer, Superior products, also Chicago Valve, and currently they're looking for relief valve technicians. If you are looking for a job and you're a relief valve technician, or maybe looking for a better opportunity with a company that's been around for 60 plus years, go to the website up-s.com, up-s.com. United Pump and Supply, they are equal opportunity employer. Some of the stories we'll be chatting about coming up in the next break. New abortion facility serving mostly Texans in New Mexico, funded by New Mexico. And Morgan Stanley predicts a economic crash that could be worse than 2008 for some industries. We'll talk about that. Louisville police, the body cam footage shows officers engaged the bank shooters and took him out. Wow. Little Steven, you liberal puke. I'll tell you what he had to say about members of the Republican Party. Amanda Bynes, new information on Amanda Bynes, and a man was arrested. You're not going to believe what he did to his wife. I'll get to those stories and more. Quickly to the text, national anthem and the pledge up next, 7:18.
Texter says Riley Gaines is the female swimmer. And those folks need their own category. I believe they're talking about the transgenders. And another text says, you know what, you get better speed in areas where fewer people are on that service, says the text.
Well, Dustin had a great point. He said, I'm 100% fine with having to pay for my choice of where to live. I don't want to pay for your house or your comforts. So why should we who choose to live in rural areas need or want anybody else to pay for our choices? Look, and that's the thing. A lot of these folks, they understand, you know, look, I want to be away from everybody. I want to be out in the country. But that comes with other things like you're not going to be on city sewer. You're not going to be on city water. You're
not going to have cable.
Exactly. You're not going to have certain things that other people have. So you're going to have to make concessions or do other things.
And this,
I lived out in the country when I lived in Roswell. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I had to get my own internet, and it sucked. The internet sucked. It did. And I had to, pay for my own water pump, septic tank, and the whole works. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you. That you're spot on for sure.
We have a phone.
We got a phone call this morning. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Hey, it's Mad Dog.
Hey, Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, what's up? Do you want to pay for somebody's internet?
No, but I'll tell you what I am pissed off about. My father-in-law passed away January 6th this year. And he's got his surviving, my mother-in-law is 86 years old, and we got her in a nursing home. And we applied for veterans benefits. And, it took a little effort to get all the paperwork and everything involved together and turned in. And they want to know what your bank accounts are. I mean, it's very invasive. And so you get all this stuff turned in, and this is the fastest I've ever seen the government work. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks, we already got a letter that benefits are denied.
Oh,
and let me tell you why they're denied. They're denied because she has too much money in her bank account. Okay, my father-in-law served in the 50s. he served 3 years, gave 3 years of his life to this country, and then worked his butt off for the rest of the time, saved money, made a living for himself, for his kids. And then when it comes time at the tail end of your life, you can't get benefits because you got too much money.
Hey, my mother is in the same situation. And that's why, you know what they say, learn from other people's mistakes. I never have more than $5,000 in the bank at any given time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm on a crusade for veterans, and I may not get anything done that'll help my mother-in-law, but I'm going to talk to some people, and the first one I'm going to talk to is Jay Block, and I'm hoping that maybe we can convince him to run for one of them senator jobs up there in the north that we never win, because he's a veteran, and get him in there and fight for veterans and their families, because I guarantee you it ain't right. I got a solution. At the very least,
my mother,
they ought to provide 3 years worth of benefits. 3 years. That's how long he served. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah. Yeah, my mother's in the same shape. They say she's got too much money, even though her money has dwindled down after she paid her own medical care and stuff. So it's a sad situation that we give to every foreign country, and anybody that wanders across the border gets free health care and free care. But our own
and there ain't no such thing as free. There ain't no such thing as free. See y'all later.
Thank you, Mad Dog. Appreciate you. All right, we got to get to National Anthem and the Pledge this morning, being brought to you by Rebecca Long, 40-plus years serving in southeast New Mexico. She's your Farmers Insurance agent. Started a business when she was 19 years of age. Give her a call, 575-393-2661. Call her today. She can take care of all of your insurance. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, and more. Call Rebecca Long, proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge.
Family from Hobbs, New Mexico.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. 725. Large prayer this morning brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is always in control.
From Proverbs 3, all of your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight.
Hi, my name is Jose Luevno. I work for Trudeau Oil. Would you please join us in saying the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
726. We are W105 Morning Show being brought to you by Zia Guns. Looking for a gun? They've got more than 1,000 guns in stock. Largest gun dealer in Southeast New Mexico. 35 years in business. Go by and talk to Miss Amanda and her staff. She would love to help you. If you're looking for personal protection, they got you covered there. Handguns, rifles, looking for an AR, they got you covered there also. And they encourage you to go in there and chat with them. If they don't have something they're looking for, believe me, they can get it for you. And if you're looking for a specific gun, they can definitely get that for you. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main and Roswell, closed on Saturday, always open on Sunday. We're going to give you a chance to qualify for cash. Be updated with all the news with Jim coming up next. Being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. Settling the big case, $10 million case in the patch. Oil and gas case, $10 million. $9 million in a medical malpractice case. Settling car accidents, slip and falls, anything personal injury. Luke is there to battle the insurance companies and get you the biggest paycheck. 575-208-5300. Need a defense attorney. He can handle that for you and defend you. Go to the website for more info. RagsdaleLawFirm.com. 728. Let's qualify some folks. News coming up next. We're W105.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents W105 Cash Blow Up.
Call now. Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blow Up.
I want my money.
I want it.
Call in now to win.
Local news brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services in Lovington, owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in complete water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
MTD Radio News. I'm Joe Miller. New Mexico Film Office announcing Monday that a new feature film was made in and around Ruidoso in March. The Christmas classic, a thriller-type movie being filmed in New Mexico. 80 New Mexicans were employed by the production and breaks down to 30 background actors, 38 crew members, and 12 principal actors. The movie is about a Ruidoso native, Elizabeth, who comes home from living in San Francisco for 10 years. She tries to get a local ski resort owner to sell the resort to her fiance. The owner says he'll sell the resort if Elizabeth can win the annual Christmas Classic, a series of outrageous events that her older sister Lynn has won for the past 9 years. Texas-based energy company focused on transporting crude oil from the Permian Basin in southeast New Mexico and West Texas to processing and export markets on the Gulf Coast was sold at the end of March for about $1.4 billion. The deal was expected to close by the second quarter of this year. Lotus Midstream made up a system of pipelines and terminals, was sold to Energy Transfer after it acquired a series of pipe systems throughout the basin in both Mexico and Texas. The pipelines extend from southeast New Mexico through the entire Permian Basin to Cushing, Oklahoma. Law enforcement units involved in a high-speed chase late Monday afternoon on South Main Street near the Roswell Air Center. A convoy of units from the Chavez County Sheriff's Office involved in the pursuit of the pickup driven by a white male who was allegedly involved in a double shooting in the area. The pursuit went through side street, headed south on Main Street with the 2 rear tires of the pickup blown out. He then turned onto side streets, driving erratically. The pickup eventually reemerged into Main Street, heading northbound going off the road and crashing into a light post. The suspect dragged out before being taken into custody. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
This Eunice Cardinals update being brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O, proudly supporting the Eunice Cardinals.
Guns Up Services, LLC of Eunice, supporting the community for over 13 years, wants to wish the Eunice Cardinals another winning year and are also encouraging everyone to show up in support of all Eunice sport. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes, they have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. Guns Up Services, LLC, helping keep our oil field trucking. 2403 Avenue O, Eunice, or call at 575-399-2457. That's 575-399-2457. Go.
Found out a little bit about themselves in 3 games last week, where they lost 3-1 to Lovington. They dropped the doubleheader Saturday to El Paso Leadership Academy East, 8-1 in game 1, and were shut out in game 2, 10-0. But the Cardinals are still a healthy 8-5 on the year. Now the real deal. They begins this with a game against Jow, and then a doubleheader against Loving in Loving on Saturday, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Coach, your team is the defending 2A state champion. How difficult will it be to repeat?
They do this for a long time and they don't even get a chance to do it. You know, there's a lot of expectations in Eunice anyway. But, you know, the kids, they really take it to heart and you know, put in a lot of work to try to get back there.
Defending champions won't be looking past Loving or a struggling Jow Panther team. The Cardinals have to do that if they want to repeat.
This Eunice Cardinals update has been brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O in Eunice, proudly serving the community for over 13 years. Go Cardinals.
Tired of typical car dealerships? Markups, addendums, complications, bad service? Discover for yourself why people take the drive to Sierra Blanca Motors in Reynoso to make their next vehicle purchase. No MSRP markups, no addendums, just respect for you and your valuable time. New or used truck, SUV, 4x4, or luxury vehicle, they've got the inventory and expertise to help you. Browse their inventory of Chevy, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors. They make it simple. No addendums or markups.
Make sure you and the crew are rigged with a full set of work gear from Rig Outfitters and the Home Store in Hobbs. Brands like Wrangler, Rocky, Timberland, Rasco, Durango, and Bulwark FR, just to name a couple of the big ones. Hard hats, safety vests, boots, and everything FR. Choose from a full line of Arctic coolers, jugs, and mugs to keep everything to temperature on the job site. From head to toe, Rig Outfitters in the Home Store has you safely covered. 1301 North Turner in Hobbs, inside the Broadmoor Mall.
Tex-Mex Rentals and Services of Hobbs is hiring for vacuum trucks, pump trucks, and hot oilers. Must have a Class A CDL and be able to pass pre-employment drug screening. Tex-Mex Rentals and Services offers competitive pay, sign-on bonuses, paid time off, health benefits, and 401k. Apply in person today at Tex-Mex Rentals and
and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman.
Waited to the last minute to do your taxes again? Freaking out that you'll miss the deadline?
I'm gonna go to jail!
Come on in and see the pros at TaxFast, where we'll get you in and out the door as quickly as possible. Our agents are trained to fly through your W quicker than the government flies through your tax dollars.
Is this a joke?
Are you a 1099 employee worried about a more complicated filing? Who needs receipts? We'll just use last night's Powerball numbers as your write-off amount.
That first number up is 19, followed by the number 29, 21, 11, rounding it out with 52.
So what the heck are you waiting for? Come on down to TaxFast and get it over with at the last possible second.
Tom, have you done your taxes?
Fixing to.
Fixing to. When they do, Tom?
Next Tuesday.
fixing to. I'm glad that you're able to, like, last minute get it done.
Yeah, but with different sources now that you can do your taxes, it's not like back in the day that there was a people lined up for blocks to do the taxes.
No write-offs, no, simple, 1040.
Simple.
Easy. Yeah. Very simple. So you're doing it yourself is what you're telling me.
I'm going to take a crack at it, yeah.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
Even as easy as his return is, that would be a nightmare.
By the way, where we stand on filing that insurance claim? Where do we stand on that today?
Well, I got back with the people yesterday. I sent them the photos of the vehicle and also photos of the trash can that I hit. And said, well.
That was a dumpster, bro. That was a roll-off dumpster.
Well, dumpster, whatever. 8 tons of steel. Anyway, I sent it to them and let's start
working. You want
to
to send them the video too?
No. So we'll start working on it. So there you go. In the meantime, my car is fine. I've got a new wheel on it. And it's just a waiting game now.
Wow.
Brand new car from his brother. And it's
car's perfectly fine.
Let me just say that your insurance must really suck because I file a claim and I get the paperwork back like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your insurance must suck.
Well,
you get what you pay for.
Okay, so when I had the problem with my car, I filed the claim on my phone while I was waiting for the tow
that's
truck.
what I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of a little bit slower than most people, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Are you sure?
So, yeah.
Are you sure?
No, but I've got 2 estimates, guys, from 2 different body shops. Each one of them just over $9,000.
I'll say it again. You put the cart before the horse, but God bless you. God bless you. Florida woman's pet Chihuahua is officially named the world's shortest dog living by the Guinness World Book of Records. The height of the dog, 3.59 inches.
Wow.
What?
Wow. That's short. That's like
That's
Filipino
taking Minnie
short.
to a whole new level.
Right.
Yeah. Pearl was the name of the dog, belongs to the Orlando residents, Vanessa Simler, and measured by their veterinarian. And, of course, they had to validate all that information. But the dog is the shortest dog, and it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. And in that case, that dog would be an appetizer.
I was going to say one bite.
Yeah. Enormous Whole Foods in downtown San Francisco shutting down. You know why it's shutting down? Crime.
Well,
They just can't do it anymore. They just cannot do it anymore. They cannot deal with San Francisco. The hordes of homeless and drug addicts and people wandering in and just doing vile things in their store. When Amazon, that's who owns Whole Foods, decides that they're just going to toss it in and just go, I'm done. They were thinking about changing the name to Stole Foods. That's how bad shoplifting was there. It was terrible.
If I had to pay the rates, not only the taxes, but just the rental rates and everything else in San Francisco, I'd be homeless too.
Yeah. Sad, but true. Looks like the prices of a U.S. first-class postage stamp going up 3 cents July 9th. If you're keeping up, you still use the Postal Service, 66 cents for a first-class stamp.
Dang, dude.
66 cents. Wow. I have been thinking about it for 10 years to stop mailing invoices and just start emailing them. Email's free. Many people have gone that way, and to save that 66 cents. By the way, Postal Service still hasn't found that package I mailed 2 Novembers ago. Still haven't found it. Crime is so bad that Whole Foods is shutting down. We know that Walmart's shutting down a lot of locations, including one store in Albuquerque. Life expectancy in New York City fell to 78. That's a drop of 4.6 years between 2019 and 2020. Heart disease and COVID were the two biggest causes. And firefighters showing up to a fire last weekend in Massachusetts. There was a car parked in the front of a fire hydrant, so they couldn't put out the blaze. What kind of jackass parks in front of a fire hydrant? And so the house burned down. There's got to be some repercussions. There's got to be some type of repercussions. Chicago is going to host the Democratic Convention. This is great.
Wow.
Chicago, crime-ridden Chicago, is going to host the criminals. Isn't this awesome? Joe Biden announced yesterday that Chicago will host the 2024 Democratic National Convention. Convention will be held August 19th through the 22nd. And Chicago beat out other crime-ridden Democratic cities like Atlanta and New York. I'm going to be honest, the Republicans didn't do much better. They're going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so not much better. Tennessee and Kentucky leaders seek tougher gun laws. Political leaders in Kentucky and Tennessee trying to pass stricter gun laws, including the red flag law, which we already have in New Mexico. And Tom, how many times have we used the red flag law in 2.5 years?
A handful, if any.
Three times. That's it. Three times. All right, we got Boob of the Day on the way. We've got things that happened on this date in history. We'll talk about the abortion facility. A lot of Texans coming to New Mexico. And Morgan Stanley predicting economic crash in America. I read an article yesterday. They said if you have American currency, time to cash it in.
That's right. Take it out.
I might do some of that tomorrow and cast some more of my cash in as I'm going to the big city. All right, Tom, text line 877-396-W105.
Well, this one texter says, Dolly Parton hates American rights. Why let her sing on here? The text is asking. Don't know her.
Since when?
Right. That's what I was asking.
I mean, no, look, I know she's very inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
She's had a song with Miley Cyrus, if that's what you're talking about, where, Rainbow Land, I think is what it was called. I think so it just got, but that being said, there's a lot of conservatives who don't have a problem with folks who are gay as long as they don't, flash it, just whatever you do in your bedroom is your business.
Tom, you need some money?
I'll ask for a loan maybe later.
Okay, let me know. Okay. All right, so I can say no.
Oh, thanks a lot. And another text was saying, we are you okay over there?
Yeah, I was getting some cash, so tomorrow I wouldn't forget it.
Okay. It's that text was saying, we like not having internet. It keeps the folks that we don't like out, says the texter.
Talking about internet in rural areas,
Yeah, that's another way to do it.
And another texter is saying, I believe any and all real women competing in some type of race etc. that a trans shows up and should let the starting gun go off. And all should walk away and let the trans go. If everyone did,
but see,
it would
that,
end immediately.
at the same time, that's giving them that's giving up your sport that you fought so hard for.
Mm-hmm.
You're just giving it to the trans. I hope. I'm serious.
Yeah, but if every single person stopped and just didn't race,
yeah, well, I guess.
I mean, a couple of people who did that a couple of times for protest, they would probably get the point. But
I am seriously hoping that Dylan Mulvaney competes in boxing this year against some of the girls. I really am. Or powerlifting. I think he can compete against in powerlifting. Dude weighs like what, $125?
I can do 250.
If that, you what?
I can do press 250.
You can bench press 250.
Mm-hmm.
I will put. I got $2,200 right here.
Yeah, 2,200.
I will bet you $2,200 that you cannot bench press 250.
Well, you didn't ask me.
I want some of that action.
Like 2.5 pounds on one, 2.5 pounds on the other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, I don't think you could bench press the bar.
Well, how much did you bench press back in the day, by the way, big fella?
Above my weight. So when I was in 8th grade, I was 315. And in my freshman year, I could bench 325.
Wow. That's a heck of a bench press.
I could squat a hell of a lot more than that. So
Tom could do 250.
Yep.
He can press 250. Looks like that new abortion facility in Albuquerque, serving mostly Texans, according to a brand new report. Dallas Morning News talking about the new abortion facility. The Whole Woman's Health is now open. And many Texans coming. And in fact, they're saying nearly all the patients coming from Texas. By the way, the group is targeting women in Fort Worth and Austin by serving social media ads in those areas about promoting killing unborn babies in New Mexico. Come to New Mexico, the land where we'll take a baby right up to birth. Not a problem. Late-term abortion, not a problem. Chemical abortions, not a problem. So I'm wondering how much money. Remember the state was funding a abortion clinic in Las Cruces.
Yes, $10 million.
We funded that. Your tax dollars funded that. Kind of crazy. All right, we're going to talk about the economic crash coming up in just a second. Train at New Mexico, proud sponsor of things that happened on this date in history, reminding you that they've got a 96% passing rate. 96% of the people that walk through their doors take their course for 1 week, pass the test, and get their CDL license. That's pretty impressive. And by the way, that's on the first try. 26 years of training experience, staff development, that's how they get people passed. There's no secret ingredient except they give them better training, more time behind the wheel, and one-on-one training. That's the way it's done. And that's why they have a passing rate of 96% and 1 week of training on the first try. So you give up 1 week to get your driving career started. Would you give up 1 week to get that done? I bet you would. Give them a call. They're based in Roswell. Mention B in the Breakfast Club. Save $100 on your enrollment cost. 575-840-9555. Train it, New Mexico. Back in 1606, England adopted the flag, its original version of the Union Jack. In 1853, very first truancy law was enacted in New York City. It was a $50 fine for those that did not send their kids to school in 1853. James J. Andrews stole the Confederate train near Marietta, Georgia, but was later caught on this date in 1862. The catcher's mask was used in baseball for the first time in 1877. First time, you know the guy, Tom, you know the guy's name that used the catcher's mask?
No.
Yeah, his name was Bob Flatnose McGuffley.
Really?
Yeah, so he was the first to use it. 3-day snowstorm dumped 30 inches of snow in Pennsylvania and New York on this date in 1894. A patent was issued for the portable typewriter on this date in 1892. Iowa became the first state to impose a cigarette tax in 1921. A national only child day going on today. Grilled cheese sandwich day, licorice day, and Big Win Day happening today. Birthdays, Jennifer Morrison from House is 44 years old. Claire Danes is 44 years old. She was, I think, in the TV show Homeland. Shannon Dartrey is 52 years old. Best known for Tom?
And
Shannon Dartrey.
90210.
Oh, Tom scores one. Vince Gill is 66.
Really? Wow.
I was letting him go ahead.
Well, he's been married now
to Amy Grant.
That's right.
Dude, as you were saying it, he started going. I started saying it. I just thought, you call.
Looks like David Letterman is 76 years old, and Ed O'Neill. Ed O'Neill.
Oh, I know he is.
Who is he?
My love and marriage, marriage.
You have to sing it.
Oh, my. Married with Children.
There you go.
Is 77 years old today. Things that happened on this date in history being brought to you by Train at New Mexico. We'll get to Boob of the Day. Text line. Let's check in with that. We'll come back, talk about Morgan Stanley predicting an economic crash in America. And the body cam video was out from Louisville. And little Stephen Van Zandt. Boy, if you're a member of the Republican Party, you might want to listen up to what he had to say. Not good.
Kevin, correct
Okay,
me.
Tom.
I was waiting on you. Kevin, correct me if the gymnast Simone Biles was anti-American and now she's on the Wheaties box. I saw yesterday at a local grocery store. Oh, by the way, Kevin, you are an Ameripino, says the texter. Okay. And Tom could bench press 250 buffets, says another one. And the one word, can't. Okay. And I'll bet $1,000 that Tom A can't bench press 250 pounds.
Yeah.
That's the text. I wouldn't even take that bet. You know, I think Dolly Parton, I think she is borderline woke, says the texter. Could be. And is that not an impeachable act? The texter is asking. Special forces can only be deployed with Biden's permission. I mean, he just jeopardized our entire national security. Putin can now declare war on us for our involvement. B.
By the way, that's not the first time he's jeopardized our national security. Many other times. Morgan Stanley predicting a economic crash as things worsen, saying that it will be worse than 2008. In a new report released by Morgan Stanley's Wealth Management, company's chief investment officer, Lisa Slatlet, is predicting the worst economic crash, worse than 2008's financial crisis. Commercial real estate's already facing headwinds from the shift of hybrid to remote work. And then we got refinance going on by half the mortgage companies. Market is now facing a huge hurdle with commercial real estate decline and 40% worse than the great financial crisis. If I'm going to invest today, you know who I'm investing with? Anybody that's part of the weapons of war. Anybody that makes ammo, guns, helicopters, tanks, drones, ships, anybody like that, that's who I'm investing with because we're heading there sooner or later. Louisville Police body cam video has been released, and it shows the officers engaged that shooter. Uvalde, Texas. You ought to watch and maybe learn something. Metropolitan Police, Louisville Police Department released that body cam video that shows the officers taking out the portfolio banker who opened fire on the fellow employees. Now, has anybody came up with why he was so mad at his fellow employees that he wanted to go in there and shoot up the damn bank? Anybody know?
Not yet.
I have no idea what would possess. Look, there are many times that I have wished harm on Tom because I'm frustrated. I never really want it to happen. Amanda Bynes, speaking of nutcases, is she's out of the mental hospital and will start outpatient treatment. I wish her nothing but the best. Remember, they found her in Southern California naked and walking around.
Yeah.
And it was a hell of a sight. She hadn't bathed in weeks. And so she's out of the mental hospital now. It's amazing how success turns people's lives completely upside down. Crazy. All right, 7:57. We are B on the Breakfast Club. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill. They're serving up breakfast right now. If you're looking for them, they're inside the Best Western Pecos Inn in Artesia. Great breakfast, great lunch, and they have rolled out the food truck. Well, anything going on where the food truck's going to be?
Well, they've got it at their outside Navajo. They're doing a lot to serve the extra guys that are hanging around Navajo. But they also have barbecue beef sandwiches on special, prime rib sandwiches. They've got some great specials for those, and they are still looking for new servers. So if you want to be a server, Roadrunner Grill is hiring. So they'd love to talk to you. They actually pay some of the best wages for servers in the area. So talk to them about that today at Roadrunner Grill.
Find them today. By the way, if you want to order, call in advance, 575-748-3324. Boob of the day coming up next. Tom, you got anything breaking? Anything?
That bank shooter says the Tex got fired from his job. Another one said the same thing. And the one texter says, you're thinking of investing? He says, invest in repossession businesses, says the texter.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make a comment, and hopefully nobody, gets offended by the comment. And do you notice that most of these people that go postal are white? For whatever reason. I mean, Carlos Mencia had a great joke about this. He was like, white people, they get fired, and they're like, he goes, you fire a Hispanic person, they go, I'm going home and watch the novellas. Why is it that, we go crazy about getting fired? Nuts. Don't get it. All right, boob of the day this morning being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. They've got a lot of experience. They've got medical professionals on staff, and they're ready to serve you. Talk to Kelly Pfeiffer about your health. Best way to start, getting the deep dive into your blood, finding out what's going on. They've got their own lab. They can do the blood work right there at Desert Functional. They have their own nutrition center where you can get all your vitamins and herbs. And look, they use vitamins and herbs to treat you. They do IVs that they could treat a lot of different things with vitamins, herbs, and all kind of other things. It's all about natural remedies. I've been going there now for 3 years. I've gotten the ozone injections in my back and in my knees, and they really, really helped me. Last year I started with testosterone, and it's been a game changer. It really has been a game changer. And so I could talk really to the guys and say, if you're up there, getting up there on years, now a lot of guys will lose testosterone in their 40s, and that's when things start going south. It all starts with the blood work. And then if you're a candidate for a testosterone replacement, they can do pellets or they can do injections. And ladies, if you're going through menopause, they would love to help you also with hormonal optimization. 3900 North Lovington Highway. Follow them on Facebook. And don't forget, they are on the web at thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So if you're calling someone pretending to be someone else, the worst number to dial is the person you're actually impersonating. That's exactly what this person did. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office in Washington State is warning people about scam callers who are pretending to be one of their own sergeants, Sergeant Darren Moss. And the scam came to their attention because Darren received a call himself from the caller pretending to be him. The caller says that they have to discuss an urgent legal matter with you, and eventually they'll ask you for money to pay fines or even gift cards. They did a whole sting where Darren called the guy up, got him back on the line, and it's all on video. They haven't caught up with the perp yet, but Darren is reminding citizens that no public officials will call you asking for money over the phone. And if you're unsure, just call the main line of the department directly, not the number the caller tells you to call. Just FYI for people if that happens anywhere else. Anyway, congratulations for calling the guy you were trying to impersonate. You are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. News on the way will qualify people for cash. I was a big fan of Little Steven. I mean, I loved him in The Sopranos, and then he came out. What was that show that he came out with where he was a mob guy and went to, I think it was Iceland or Norway, and that was another good show. I liked it.
Yeah.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I used to watch the trailers on that, but I didn't know that was him.
What was the name of it, Tom?
I've tried to think of it. I don't know. Like I said, I just watched the trailers.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? Nottingham, or it was, Anyway, I was a fan of Little Steven. I'm not so much of a fan now because I am one of those GOP cockroaches. That's what he called us. He said, and he deleted it now, put up a post calling to exterminate GOP cockroaches. Look, just because you're a badass on TV doesn't mean that you're really a badass.
Exterminate. Well, this is not calling for violence.
No. And, the compassionate left. They're really compassionate. So, what was the name of this other TV show that...
I'm not sure.
Somebody will let us know. I can't remember. But I mean, it was a good show. And I loved his work for not being an actor. His work in The Sopranos. But, eliminate the GOP cockroaches. Talking about gun control.
Just stick to music and making TV or movies, whatever.
And by the way, your radio show sucks.
Oh, my God. So bad. So bad. His taste in... Okay, he's a musician, but his taste in music is so out there.
Is it like my taste with Hillary?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh.
I agree. Yeah, Hillary.
She's hot.
Tom, I'm going to be honest.
What?
I see a lot of women every day that are a lot better looking than Hillary.
Look, the only thing about Hillary that's hot is because she's having hot flashes because she's in menopause. That's it.
Speaking of, guys, on one of the texts, my chickens weren't laying eggs. I found out why. They had henopause.
Henopause. There you go.
Yes, of course. By the way, speaking of chickens, Florida man arrested chucking a chicken wing at his wife. The Florida man allegedly struck his wife in the head with a chicken wing. It was an argument. Yeah, something about infidelity that resulted with the victim being splattered with hot sauce. Because and this guy got thrown in jail for throwing a chicken wing at the wife. 39-year-old Robert Artett and his wife arguing about Artett's relationship with another woman. When the dispute turned violent, he threw a chicken wing at the woman told police that the wing hit her in the right shoulder and like right under the chin.
Don't that guy know how much those chicken wings cost nowadays?
And by the way, police didn't notice that the door in the bedroom, going to the bedroom, was also broken. I mean, what a terrible thing. This guy, I mean, you're going to throw a chicken wing? Have you seen the price of chicken lately? I'm just wondering if it was mild or medium. We know his temper was blazing hot, but just wondering what the chicken was. Unbelievable. A chicken. I mean, how much damage can a chicken wing do? Not a whole bunch of damage, I would think. All right, 8:06, we're going to take a break. Anything else going on? Our number, 877-396-W105. Want to be part of the show, that's the number. Tom, take care of the text line most of the time.
You know, that guy shot up the bank because his check bounce, says one of the texters. And when I think of Dolly Parton, says another texter, it's only from the shoulders down. The rest, well, it's really not noticeable. Laugh out loud, says the texter. I've never really noticed anything about Dolly.
You ever seen Dolly's feet?
No.
Neither
she hasn't seen them.
Oh.
It's an old joke.
It's been a while.
But she cut down her what do you call it? BREASTS?
Breastises?
Yes.
Breastises.
Well, I mean, after a while, you start having back problems.
We got a phone call.
It's no laughing matter.
Yeah.
I mean, she will start having back problems, and no doubt. All right.
You want to go to the phone?
Number? Yeah, let's go to the phones. Where I'm good.
Oh, they hung up.
As I said, go to the phones, he hangs up.
You dirty dog. You dirty dog.
They were they've learned B's cycles. They were jumping the gun. I guarantee.
Yeah, I guarantee you that was signing up for the blowout. So.
Yeah. All right, some of the stories we'll talk about during the next break. Albuquerque man in the sun traveling to Ukraine to remove landmines.
What?
And did you guys talk about the dog that was suffering from alcohol withdrawal?
Just briefly.
I
we
saw a
mentioned
little bit
it.
of
It was one of the good news stories the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to that. Another GOP. Yeah. North Carolina GOP moves on, to leaves the Democratic Party. By the way, that's 4 people that have left the Democratic Party this week. Unbelievable. And sentencing state for the teacher in Lubbock that has been charged with having a relationship with a student. And a baby girl comes into the world. By the way, that family hasn't seen a baby girl in a long, long time. I'll tell you why. And Mega Millions, no winner last night. We'll tell you what the jackpot will go up to for Friday. We're going to get updated with news coming up next. Our number 877-396-W105. News this morning, KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM. News this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, they've got them all. Fifth wheels, if you're working in the patch, you might want one of them fifth wheels. Yeah, because, you're working hard and you got to go back to the hotel. Take that per diem, invest in a fifth wheel, and when it's paid for, guess what? It's yours. That's your money a little smarter. Find out more information today. Go to maintrailersalesinc.com. You take the virtual tour. And virtual tour, they've got all the new and pre-owned models up there. You can check them out. 575-622-1751. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. They've been around 65 plus years. We're going to get updated with news coming up next. But first, let's qualify some folks. 810 on W105.
A group in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now. Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Biden in Belfast saying preserving peace in Northern Ireland is a priority for both Democrats and Republicans. He's there commemorating the Good Friday Peace Accord that ended the bloody conflict. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott announces he's forming a presidential exploratory committee.
If the radical left gets their way, millions more families will be trapped in failing schools, crime-ridden neighborhoods, and crushing inflation. Not on my watch.
Scott is the only black Republican in the Senate. He's in Iowa this morning, New Hampshire tomorrow. The toughest rules ever announced today on tailpipe emissions from the EPA. The president's goal for consumers to buy electric vehicles. The new standards for light-duty vehicles include passenger cars, sports utility vehicles, and pickup trucks applied to the model years 2027 to 2032. America's listening to Fox News.
This Lovington Wildcat Sports Update being brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services. Do what you say you can do. Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Service backs the Lady Cats as they work to build winning teams and seasons while chasing state championships. Stone Oilfield Service with vacuum, winch, and kill trucks, hydrovacs and hot oilers, frac and acid tanks, gas busters, environmental shields, acidizing, and more. Do what you say you can do. Stone Oilfield Service will get the job done right every time. Serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas, located at 725 Tatum Highway, or contact 575-396-1840.
The Lovington Lady Wildcats softball team has one more non-district game left before entering district play. They're also 9-5 on the season and are on a 5-game winning streak. Coach Steve McCraw, boy, things are going well for your team right now.
Everything's working really good right now. Getting good pitching, decent hitting, and good defense, and that leads to being in games and winning a bunch of them.
And district play begins Thursday for you guys. It's going to be a tough league, isn't it, Coach?
Probably got one of the toughest districts in the state. Southeast and the north are usually where good teams are. Artesia, won a bunch of state championships. They're in our district. We were runners-up last year, so I think district probably between us and Artesia again this year. Goddard looks like they may be down a little bit, and Portales is rebuilding a little bit. So, but they're all going to be tough. So we just got to get in there and take care of business.
This Lovington Sports Update has been brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services. Go Wildcats!
This is Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet, asking you to push it, pull it, and drag those old cars from your driveway. Heck, the old cars you left in Mom or Grandma's driveway. If you have a title, they can be worth $3,000 on this program. We've dragged in a scrap bin to the front of our lot to send those suckers right to the boneyard. This program was made for people like you and me, and I'm going to help you take advantage. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, 2155 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Also, like us on Facebook for service and parts specials throughout the month.
Get ready for the grand opening celebration at your new local Planet Fitness Gym in Carlsbad. Wednesday, April 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. Step into the judgment-free zone. Meet their friendly staff and check out their clean and spacious environment. Enter to win a free TV or a 1-year Black Card membership. Get Planet Fitness swag, free food, and so much more. Get your membership today for as low as $10 a month, or see their special new membership promotional offers on April 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Planet Fitness, 2515 West Pierce in Carlsbad.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Transform into bees, bats, and butterflies and get your game on in the vibrant world of amazing pollinators at the Western Heritage Museum and Lee County Cowboy Hall of Fame. This bilingual interactive exhibit features a maze, survival missions, games, and more. Amazing Pollinators is on display until May 14th at the Western Heritage Museum and Lee County Cowboy Hall of Fame on the campus of New Mexico College.
Core Youth Sports presents Athlete Development. This is an 8-week program for all young athletes that will introduce them to weightlifting exercises and more. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. for 13 to 15-year-olds through May 2nd. The cost is $6 for members and $35 for non-members. For more information, contact the Corps at 575-393-2673.
Truckers, stop by our den at Casino Apache. Located on Highway 70 in Mescalero, New Mexico, Casino Apache features a full-service truck stop with everything you need to rest and refuel. Take advantage of our great gas prices and diesel refueling. Freshen up at our restrooms and showers for commercial truckers. Plus, grab a snack for the road at our well-stocked convenience store. Casino Apache, located on Highway 70 in Mescalero. For more information, visit CasinoApacheTravelCenter.com.
Zia Natural Gas Company odorizes their natural gas with a chemical called mercaptan to give it that distinct rotten egg or sulfur smell to warn us of a potentially hazardous environment. If you detect this smell, leave the area immediately and don't do anything that could create a spark. Once you are a safe distance away, contact Zia Natural Gas Company and report where you sold natural gas. Stay out of the area until you have been advised it is safe to return. At Zia Natural Gas, your safety is their priority.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member, federally insured by NCUA.
Why did you do that? Because they're stupid, that's why.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. And broadcasting from the end of the Mountain God studio. Next line at 877-396-W105.
I love the morning show.
And we appreciate that. 17 after the hour of 8, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Foo Fighters announced they're coming back, Will.
Is that a good Chinese food?
Yes, Tom, that's exactly what it is.
I didn't.
It's
Foo Fighters.
It's
yes,
actually
Chinese.
a college crew from
Foo Fighters, no doubt. Looks like a retired firefighter convicted of the January 6 attacks. This guy's a retired Pennsylvania firefighter, will serve more than 4 years in federal prison for his involvement in the January 6 insurrection. 57-year-old Robert Sanford, accused of throwing a fire extinguisher at a police officer during the riot. I'm just wondering what happened in Tennessee and Kentucky, if anybody's been charged there with the insurrection of state government. Maybe not. And the actor's cause of death has been revealed. New York City Office of Medical Examiners have ruled that Frank Vallelonga accidentally caused the death, intoxication due to a combination of fentanyl and cocaine in his system. Of course, that guy's you probably don't remember get the Green Book. He was in the film Green Book, and that's his claim to fame. That's pretty much everything, Tom.
Yeah.
And I hadn't either, and I haven't seen Green Book either at all. And by the way, if you didn't know, Jeremy Renner is doing much better. He is vacationing with his family. And when he got run over, Will, did you know one of his eyes popped out of his socket?
Oh, my.
Yeah, apparently it was like they had to put it back in.
Oh, my goodness. That's brutal. Yeah, it popped out. Tom, by the way, if your eye popped out, I'm not putting it back for you. I'm just I'm drawing the line on the eye socket. I really am. And speaking of gruesome things, we're told the reason Tiger Woods dropped out of the Masters, he was in a lot of pain.
Right.
And that one of the screws in his leg poked through the skin.
Oh.
Look, there comes a time where you have to know your limitations. And that could be, the time could be now.
Yeah.
For Tiger.
I would say to him, look, what else you got to prove? Coach your kid. This kid's pretty good.
What a great athlete who has done so much and really doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Really, they don't. So I would give it up. I mean, the screw popping through the skin in his leg. That dude has had 4 major back surgeries. Right. Nobody would ever thought he'd play a game again. So just take the time off. Enjoy life.
Well, but his downfall began 10 years ago when his ex-wife came at him with a 9-iron.
Whoa! Hold up. You mean his downfall?
Yeah.
When he was addicted to drugs, became violent, and actually wrecked his car because he was so high on opiates.
Yeah. And banging all kinds of hookers. I mean,
that had nothing to do with the downfall at all. Yeah. And to blame it on a woman. What a true male chauvinist pig you are.
But she came at him found out about his inequities and came at him with a 9-iron.
Inequities.
Wow. What the hell does that even mean?
Well,
it's not the right word.
What's the right word I'm looking for? Inequities? It's an inequity.
Infidelity?
No.
Yeah, no, infidelity is right.
Because he had several other issues besides the sex, the sex stuff.
Yeah, drugs. Because he was playing in pain. I feel you, Tiger. But at some point, we all got to step away.
There you go. It's a sports guy. It's a sports person, so Tom A's going to make every excuse for him.
No doubt. Star Wars is heading towards a new era on the big screen. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy reassured fans that the opening crawl is here to stay.
Okay.
And the crawl, I will say, is in a galaxy far, far away.
Look, I'm all good. I want the Star Wars to continue. But could we, finally get rid of Kathleen Kennedy? She was the reason why the last series sucked so bad.
Yeah.
Maybe people just
tired. Talks that she's going to bring back Rian Johnson. I mean, I'm sorry. The Last Jedi was a pile of poo. Even Mark Hamill was like, I really got to do this? I got to play this guy like this? Luke Skywalker wouldn't do this. And so the whole thing was just,
By the way, many fans thinking that Disney has completely ruined Star Wars. A lot of them.
Agree with that.
Look, for the movies, but if we can get Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to do the movies, then we'll be good. Because those two guys have done wicked stuff. I just watched The Mandalorian this morning. It's the new one, and it's really good. So I mean, they're knocking it out of the park, and I'm looking forward to the new Ahsoka series, which is coming out soon. So it's basically live action Rebels. If you ever watched the animated series, which is actually not for kids. I mean, it is, but it's good. It's good for the whole family. I enjoyed it as much as my boys did. Wow. So I would say definitely check it out.
So who's playing Darth Vader now? Will?
Disney is screwed up so much. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Mickey Mouse walk right into a rat trap. I'm just saying, because they've become so woke.
No question. But these are the two guys that are looking at bringing Gina Carano back after Disney fired her. And so I have a lot of respect for Dave and Jon Favreau. And so I'm hoping that they have a lot more to do with a lot more than they have as far as the movies go in the past.
Now, Jon Favreau, he's the one that played in the movie Rudy, his best friend.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he was.
Not sure.
I don't remember that.
Tom
he was happy in Marvel.
Oh, okay. What are you saying, Russ?
Tom scored one.
What'd I do?
I had to look it up.
Inequities?
Inequities. INIQUITY. Iniquities. Immoral.
Don't make him spell it, Russ.
Immoral or grossly unfair behavior.
That's my journalism degree at the best.
I mean, I'm amazed. I'm amazed he pulled that word out of the air.
At least he finished.
Look, if the rest of us didn't understand it, it still wasn't the right word.
Looks like sentencing date is scheduled for the Hale Center teacher, Amy Gilley, who had a relationship with a student. Tom, back in the day, did any teachers hit on you?
No, I mean, I wanted to hit on them, but no.
Yeah, 46-year-old educator submitted a guilty plea for transferring obscene material to a minor. And she is going to be charged. It's a 15-year-old boy she was having a relationship with, and she allowed him, supposedly the sexual contact was, she allowed him to touch her breast.
Wow.
So kid got to first base with the teacher.
Hale Center.
Teen also exchanged sex messages with the teacher. And so they were sexting back and forth. Told police that she had feelings for the teen. Whoa. He's 15 years old. I had feelings for him. I'm 40. I'm 46. I had feelings for the kid.
Crazy. Now, ain't Hale Center between Lubbock and Plainview?
Yes.
Okay.
So, she's in the Lubbock County Detention Center as we speak. 2 children killed in the latest New York City e-bike fire. Where is the district attorney on this? So the electric bicycle powered by lithium batteries is being blamed for a fatal fire on Monday that killed 2 children, marking the latest string of e-bike related fires. By the way, so far we've had 6 kids burned to death on these e-bikes because they go up in flames. Not good. So these 2 latest kids that died in New York City.
What happened to the good old days when kids got hurt on bikes by jumping their bikes off of ramps?
Yeah, I remember one time I had to limp home, and I do mean limp, because I hit the crossbar, and I'm a guy. I'll just leave it at that. And I remember we had the ice. There was ice going on, and I remember my mom saying, look, if those coconuts don't get any smaller and the swelling doesn't go on, we're going to have to take you to the hospital. That bluish color is starting to worry me. Thank God the swelling went down. Michigan couple. We got good news. This is not your story, right, Will?
I'll have to double check.
So I'm going to put that towards the back while you check. Michigan couple, first baby born in the family.
No, I don't see it on this. I don't see it. I just can't.
All right. Well, I'll do it. So the Michigan couple welcomes in the first girl born in the family in 138 years. 138 years. Family after family, all they would have is boys.
Wow.
138 years.
It was part of the good news the other day, but it's been like a week or 2 ago, but it's fine.
So the first girl born. It's amazing. They broke the dry spell. I mean, they had gotten so used to buying blue that they didn't even know what pink was. Unbelievable. Mega Millions jackpot swells to $467 million. No winner last night. Next drawing will be Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Friday jackpot, $476 million. North Carolina GOP moves on school choice with a new supermajority since they've got another Democrat that's crossed over to the Republicans. School choice bill, the Democrats are adamantly against school choice. You have any idea, Tom, why Democrats don't like school choice?
Well, number one, it takes the money away from them. And number two, they're on this woke movement
what it's all about is the unions.
That too.
The unions give to the Democratic Party, and they don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to mess up with the unions.
Wow. With Tom A, it's like, well, you see, it's this. I'm just going to answer with these weird. I'm going to pull this stuff out of my butt and give you an answer. It's the talking points from the right, woke and law, but I really don't know, dude. It's the unions. It's the lobbyists who are paying them under the table and giving them all these kickbacks and stuff to be able to continue to further their agenda, because that's all these lobbyists do.
I did say agenda.
You did say what?
Agenda.
Yeah. The word agenda. What? Wow.
It's so woke. It's woke.
That's what I said.
Very woke.
Way to be very vague, Tommy.
I love the woke. Yeah, very woke. Albuquerque man and son travel to Ukraine to remove landmines.
What?
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, if Zelensky calls me, hey, will you come and help us remove landmines? No, bro, you're on your own. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything going on. I know Biden's getting his check. I haven't got my check. No, I'm not going. No. So former Bernalillo County Sheriff Darren White and his son traveling into the war zone to help remove landmines. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going.
What's the payday? I mean, how much money are they getting paid? Because the answer is
they're volunteering supposedly.
Volunteering.
Oh no.
I'm going to be honest. I'm just going. So White and his son, in partnership with the Tip of the Spear landmine removal, traveling to Ukraine to remove landmines. Supposedly, the Russians have put out over 1 million landmines. 1 million landmines.
Crazy, B.
Holy cow. I'm going to volunteer Joe Biden. He's very flexible. I think he can get it done. He has like a sixth sense for that type of stuff. I'm good. I'm good with him. All right, 8:33, Tom, 8:33 P on the Breakfast Club.
Gator from Hobbs is asking why they didn't jump off the bike once it caught fire, says Gator from Hobbs.
Well, they caught on fire. Mm-hmm. I mean, they might have jumped off the bike, but they burned to death.
Well, look where the motor was. I mean, I'm guessing that it's probably exploding.
And nobody teaches these kids. When we were in school, what did they teach you, Tom, when it comes to fire?
Roll over, drop, and roll over.
Drop and roll over.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even
stop
say it?
And roll.
Not all of the children, but the two today were killed in an apartment fire. The electric bicycle was in the apartment and caught on fire and caught the house on fire.
Yeah. Tom, if you were on fire, what would you do?
I would look for some water.
Scream aloud.
You live in New Mexico.
Run around and scream like a crazy person.
Right. I hit the dirt, dude. Just hope there's no dry grass.
I'm just going to be honest, Tom. If you caught on fire, you would go up quick, bro.
Why is that?
I mean, you would be very greasy. I mean, that would be a lot of black smoke.
The other day,
roll, bro.
Changing the tire.
Right.
He picked up, as he calls it, what'd you call it, a star?
Yeah, the thing you change your nuts with.
The lug wrench.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hold up here.
What?
You're changing nuts?
Hey, use that little thing to change your nuts with.
You used? This is getting worse and worse.
There's a Dylan McVaney joke in here somewhere. I'm working on it.
Is that like an operation? Is that before the transition or is that after the transition?
Oh.
So would that be called denutting?
Well, it's a star, I guess. But you change your. Oh, okay. Guys, come on.
He went to pick it up, and when you start to drop something and there's that moment where you think it may fall on your foot, and you yank your foot back.
Right.
As it's falling, he goes yanking his foot back. He squealed like a girl. I mean,
Well, hurt. I don't need your help no more, Russ. Thank you very much. Really.
Well, because Russ tells the stories.
I want to out you, man. You made me change it. I'm tired. I'm out.
Wouldn't be the first time that he squealed like a little girl. Remember when we dropped the spider on his head?
Oh,
that was
man.
another time.
I've never forgot that from The Hobbit. You watch. I'm going to get him one day. Where is that dude anyway?
Looks like working for the city.
Yes.
Working for City of Roswell. Heartbreaking story coming out of a UK animal shelter. Dog arrived there last year. Turned out to be alcoholic. Thank God he's on the pathway to recovery. CBS News reported that Coco, was a chocolate lab spaniel mix dropped off at the Woodside Animal Welfare Trust in Plymouth Rock in England. Dog was addicted to alcohol.
People
Evidently,
think it's funny to have their dogs drink beer.
Yeah,
but
no,
I mean,
this dog was.
It's a drug, and just like anything else, dogs can get addicted to the beer.
Yeah. So it took him months upon months to wean this dog off.
Not bad.
Of the alcohol. So don't give your animals any alcohol. It's not cool.
Or anesthesia.
What?
Yeah, because
what, Tom?
When Monahans and Push-Ups got cut, cut their deal.
Here we go.
Okay, we're talking about a vet.
You remind me a lot of Joe Biden.
No, but there's a point to it.
Because all of a sudden we're talking about a dog that got addicted to alcohol, and just like Joe Biden's talking to a mother, her son died because of his inability to plan a withdrawal in Afghanistan. Then he wanted to talk about his son dying from cancer.
Go ahead and continue. Let's talk about Monahans.
Okay,
and them getting neutered finally after how many years?
One. So anyway, the relation I was going to make with the anesthesia and the dog was when they finally woke up my two little kitty cats from surgery, they were still under anesthesia. And they were stumbling around. I don't know what the heck was going on.
I know. Tom, that was a medical procedure for the animals.
So how did they get addicted?
Anesthesia was given to them by a veterinarian.
Right.
So how many people, just normal people, have anesthesia laying around their house for animals? None. Dude, apples and oranges much?
Well, I just want to make sure that I'm included in the conversation.
Well, they were stumbling around.
Looks like Biden's last solo press conference was 148 days ago. By the way, presidential press conferences. So they looked at the number of days Biden has been in office, and they looked at, like other presidents. Bill Clinton, in the same timetable, had 92 press conferences. George W. Bush, 45. Obama, 53. Donald Trump, 41. And Joe Biden coming up with the all-time low of 23 press conferences since he's been in office. That's it. 23. Nuts.
That was close.
Crazy. Unbelievable. Joe Biden doesn't want to talk to the press. You know why? Because they're going to get him. They'll have a gotcha moment. Somebody will have a gotcha moment, and he'll screw up. It's not his fault. It's the American voters' fault and Dominion Software. Oh, wait, I guess I can't go there. Oh, I'm going to get that lawsuit. Sorry about that, Will. Sorry. All right, wrap it up. We're going to take a break. 20 minutes away from 9.
It's called Love Wrench.
Well, he meant lug wrench. He meant
love
lug wrench.
Or lug.
I just can't.
Pretty sure.
Rest?
No.
I call it a lug wrench, or actually my slang term is a spinner wrench, but you're really going South Texan if you do that.
Spider. I remember my gym teacher made out with all the boys, and well, she was hot. She never got in trouble.
What was his name?
This guy's name's Spider. She never got in trouble back in '84 middle school. Spider. Okay. I never got that lucky. You know, guys, that I was 20 years old before I touched a woman.
Are we really going there?
Whoa. Hold up here. I'm surprised. I'm totally surprised. I've said it before.
What?
I was very surprised when you said you had kids.
Right.
Because I'm like, did somebody go on the honeymoon with you guys and point you, how to, because I've never seen you be able to do anything by yourself.
Well,
thank God the wife was a great teacher.
Well, she was, but I was 20.
Oh, she was. Yes. 20 years old and had never been kissed.
And I
think there's a movie on the Hallmark Channel about this.
We share everything here on this radio station, don't we? So anyway,
this isn't overshare though, bro.
You don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to. Gator had a good suggestion. He basically said next time you're asked a question, just respond with, "I like ice cream."
What does that mean?
Thank you, Gator.
That's a Joe Biden thing. So a couple other people, their response to lug wrench said it's called the tire iron, and someone else said it's a 4-way.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've had a 4-way before, but I mean, I'm sorry, never mind.
Not
a different
the
story.
Same 4-way there, Russ. Not the same 4-way.
Don't even call that, Russ. Oh, by the way, B, where's the drill? Ask the texter.
I actually moved it. I think I got a skill saw somewhere.
Oh, okay.
That might work better. So, Tom, you see that Odell Beckham Jr. signed with the Ravens?
Yes, I saw that yesterday.
New report. I mean, they had thought that he would go to the Cowboys, but Lamar Jackson helped recruit Odell Beckham Jr. to the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, my son was brokenhearted because he's a Cowboys fan, and he was just
he wanted. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So does that mean that Lamar now is going to sign with the Ravens? Now the two are going to be can't wait for a tag team and long passes, the whole works, and playoffs, of course. So Beckham signed an $18.1 million contract for 1 year. Wow.
Which seemed like highway robbery. I'm just saying that's a lot of money.
Got a good agent.
Baltimore, not the greatest place to live, though. Just saying. Really is. All right, we're going to get you updated with news coming up. Keep you updated with everything going on this morning. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Windy day coming up, but not today. That's great news. Check of the weather being brought to you by Iron River Inspection, ironriverinspection.com. Need info about Iron River Inspection, just go to the website and check it out. All the contact information is right there. These guys are well known as top-notch consultants in the industry. They do facility inspection, pipeline inspection, and safety training. They've got a team of 300 people. They have a team of 300 years of combined experience. Mike and Matt, second-generation pipeliners, and then you throw in all the other folks working there. They've got over 300 years experience. Find out more information today. Go to the website, ironriverinspection.com. 85 and really nice all day today. Winds are going to be about 15 miles an hour. So enjoy today, because tonight winds gusting up over 30 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour tomorrow with a 20% chance of rain. High temperature should be up to about 84. And Friday, 40 mile an hour winds. But the good news is by Saturday, the wind is gone. 8:45, we're going to keep you updated with everything going on. Check news this morning being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines. Online at camptallpines.com. Make your reservations. weekend getaway to Camp of the Tall Pines. Maybe you want to be there for a week. Maybe you love traveling. You want to be in a different scenery every couple weeks. Camp of the Tall Pines is perfect. It's beautiful in Mayhill. And don't forget, April 29th, couple weekends away, they're going to be having the second annual fundraising banquet for the National Wild Turkey Federation. Scott is the guy to call if you need your tickets. 575-513-1130 or go to events.nwtf.org for more info. We're coming right back. Be in the Breakfast Club. We're W105, 846.
Local news brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services Lovington, owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Water Welling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
MTD Radio News. I'm Joe Miller. New Mexico Film Office announcing Monday that a new feature film was made in and around Ruidoso in March. The Christmas classic, a thriller-type movie being filmed in New Mexico. 80 New Mexicans were employed by the production. It breaks down to 30 background actors, 38 crew members, and 12 principal actors. The movie is about a Ruidoso native, Elizabeth, who comes home from living in San Francisco for 10 years. She tries to get a local ski resort owner to sell the resort to her fiancé. The owner says he'll sell the resort if Elizabeth can win the annual Christmas Classic, a series of outrageous events that her older sister Lynn has won for the past 9 years. Texas-based energy company focused on transporting crude oil from the Permian Basin in southeast New Mexico and West Texas to processing and export markets on the Gulf Coast was sold at the end of March for about $1.4 billion. The deal was expected to close by the second quarter of this year. Lotus Midstream made up a system of pipelines and terminals, was sold to Energy Transfer after Lotus acquired a series of pipeline systems throughout the basin in both New Mexico and Texas. The pipelines extend from southeast New Mexico through the entire Permian Basin to Cushing, Oklahoma. Law enforcement units involved in a high-speed chase late Monday afternoon on South Main Street near the Roswell Air Center. A convoy of units from the Shasta County Sheriff's Office involved in the pursuit of the pickup driven by a white man who was allegedly involved in a double shooting in the area. The pursuit went through side streets. At one point, headed south on Main Street with the two rear tires of the pickup blown out. He then turned onto side streets, driving erratically. The pickup eventually re-emerged into Main Street, heading north before veering off the road and crashing into a light post. The suspect dragged out before being taken into custody. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Attend the Carlsbad Gun Show April 15th and 16th this weekend at the Walter Gerald's Exhibition Center, 4012 National Parks Highway in Carlsbad. See dealers selling the finest in modern guns, antique guns, custom knives, ammo, scopes, Old West collectibles, and much more. Buy, sell, and trade at the Carlsbad Gun Show April 15th and 16th this weekend at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts and Exhibition Center, 4012 National Parks Highway, Carlsbad. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on a huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Carlsbad Gun Show April 15th and 16th this week at Walter Gerald's Exhibition Center, 4012 National Parks Highway in Carlsbad. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com, azgunradio.com. And parking is free at this event.
This is Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet, asking you to push it, pull it, and drag those old cars from your driveway. Heck, the old cars you left in Mom or Grandma's driveway. If you have a title, they can be worth $3,000 on this program. We've dragged in a scrap bin to the front of our lot to send those suckers right to the boneyard. This program was made for people like you and me, and I'm going to help you take advantage right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, 2155 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Also, like us on Facebook for service and parts specials throughout the month.
It's time to renew New Mexico. If you have Medicaid or SNAP, you must renew to keep your benefits. If you have moved, update your contact information at nm.us or call 1-800-283-4465. You will be mailed a turquoise envelope when it is time to renew. Your Medicaid and SNAP benefits are very important. To learn more, go to renew.hsd.nm.gov and renew New Mexico.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, tumblers, customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they print it on, your logo will look awesome.
Artesia Arts Council proudly presents Panto Company USA brand new interactive family musical of The Jungle Book. In this fully produced musical, they bring to life Kipling's tales with great scenery, cool costumes, original modern songs, and more excitement than you can imagine. The Panto Company USA's interactive Jungle Book, Friday, April 14th, at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center in Artesia. Visit ArtesiaArtsCouncil.com for tickets and more information. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Carlsbad's evening hotspot is Cal's Shade Western Lounge and Package, featuring nightly drink specials, karaoke Wednesday nights, open mic Thursdays for ladies' night with $1 off drinks. Plus, most Friday and Saturday nights feature live music. Don't forget the 24-lane bowling action of Cal's Cactus Lanes Bowling and Recreation Center with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. And eat at the Cajun Station Wednesday through Saturday. A restaurant, 2 lounges, package store, and recreation center, all at 1611 South Canal in Carlsbad. Cal's Shade Western and Cal's Cactus Lanes also cater parties and events at your location or theirs. Call 887-9012 for Cal's Shade Western.
It's alive! and the Breakfast Club in the morning. W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
You're the coolest person that's ever talked to me.
Tom, 56% of people in the United States have a side hustle.
Yeah, I bet they do. I would say yes.
So what is a side hustle? What qualifies as a side hustle?
Well, unless it's a dance, I say it's another job.
Wow. Tom scores one. Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Anything
so
else you
50, yes. Yes.
54%.
Were you legal at 21 or 18?
18.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad it took you under 2 years before you actually kissed a girl.
Yeah.
56% of people have a side hustle, according to, by the way, we lead the world in having a second job. You know, back in the day, a lot of people worked second jobs. It didn't kill them.
Uh-huh.
But, wouldn't it be great just to be able to live on one job? 56% of Americans nowadays.
Well, if we weren't given half to the government, I think we might be able to do that.
You know, great point. Great point. Tennessee Democrat transforms from college to he ran for college, ran for state representative. Justin Pearson. I played that earlier this morning. And man, this guy nailed it. He really, he nailed it. Awesome. Congratulations. You did it. It was the tweet of the day this morning. By the way, if you haven't heard Mr. Pearson, I'll play it for you one more time. So Pearson went to a predominantly Caucasian college.
Mm-hmm.
And sounds. I would swear that he sounds very, very whitish. to me. Here.
I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Boone Democrats to the Boone Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices.
All right, let's fast forward till now. He's a state representative. Here we go.
But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But oh, we have good news.
True story. I mean, this guy is a charlatan.
Yeah, Obama.
He is he is so much like Al Sharpton. Jesse Jackson. I wonder if that's what he did. He went and listened to their tapes and decided, if I'm going to be a charlatan, I got to learn from the best. Jesse and Al. Sounds plausible to me. I'm just saying it does. Former NFL quarterback, current analyst Carson Palmer recently said that Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the NFL.
That's his opinion, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Carson Palmer could really judge best quarterback. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's a Heisman Trophy winner himself.
Yeah, well, but did nothing really in the NFL. By the way, that's kind of like saying O.J. Simpson had great hands.
Right.
If the glove don't fit. I can't even get a follow-up to that, Tom. Well, really? If the glove don't fit.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom.
Damn.
Come on.
If the glove, let's try it one more time. If the glove don't fit.
Must quit.
Oh
my Lord.
Good. It's like dragging something out of somebody. What the hell?
Jesus. Victor Martinez is a man that drove drunk, caused a fatal crash. Will spend the next 6 years behind bars. Martinez ran a stop sign, hit and killed Ruth Malone in Albuquerque on August 21st. Pled guilty to homicide by vehicular DWI. What is the value of a life?
Can't put a price on it.
Oh, I could put a price on it. And it's more than just 15. By the way, he's going to have to pay restitution to her family. No, I can't wait for that. I wonder what kind of restitution this clown could pay. And then he would have served 15 years, but of course, plea deal, 6 years. Yeah, that's it. And Albuquerque looks like brothers police are looking into two brothers connected to multiple shootings across Albuquerque. 25-year-old and a 20-year-old were arrested earlier this year after shooting at an ex-girlfriend's car. Soon after that, police confiscated multiple legally purchased guns from the older brother's house, and they were able to connect serial numbers and shell casings. And, police have put together an extensive list of crimes committed with those guns. By the way, the Aiden Kellner is 25 years old. His baby brother, 20-year-old Ryla Kellner. By the way, of course, they're looking for him now because they had the ankle monitor, and that's not working out that great. Federal judge ruled against two teachers who sued the school district over a mandatory diversity training. Federal judge ruled against the two teachers who are allegedly from Springfield Public School having to undergo a mandatory anti-racist training.
Wow.
Mandatory diversity training. They said they didn't want to do it. Judge ruled that they have to do it. It's part of their job profile. And Biden is arrived in Belfast today, and Hunter is in tow. Tom, what do you think Hunter's doing first thing when he gets off that plane?
Yeah, he's going to take a hit.
Take a hit? Mm-hmm. Hit of what?
Hit of, the powder.
No. The hit of the powder. I hate to tell you, but The Rock was his thing. I ain't messing around with powder. Powder ain't potent enough. I'm going right for the rock. All right, text line is open, 877-396-W105. Will, I mean, you're the youngest of us. Have you ever been to a drive-in movie?
Absolutely. In fact, there was a cool one in Carlsbad for years, and I went to that one several times back in the day.
So 30% of adults have never been to a drive-in movie. I think that's shameful. Yeah. I think that's shameful. Yeah, I mean, there was a great drive-in movie in Carlsbad until things kind of went away.
Kevin, you ever snuck in?
I've hidden the trunk once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a rite of passage.
Just once, though. All right, we will be back. We'll do the good news of the day coming up next. We'll keep you updated. Extended version coming up to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, who's going to be the guest on Friday?
And our guest will be Lee County Sheriff Corey Helton. Talk about several issues, including his new position. We'll talk to of a law enforcement agency. We'll talk to him about that.
All right, we'll talk to him about that. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. By the way, the mayor is back. Columbus mayor and an employee, they went missing. I'll tell you what happened there. And Sandoval County fined by OSHA for not obeying COVID-19 restrictions. We'll talk about that. And Carrie Jean-Pierre lied again about assault weapons. Yeah, there you go. We caught you. We got it. We got to detail it. We'll get to that next. Text line 902 KWMW Malmore 105.1 FM News coming up next.
All right, B. So we have a text as asking, do you have any idea of what's going on at Goddard High School in Roswell? There are emergency vehicles everywhere, and the roads are blocked off. And I just texted superintendent out there, so hopefully get an answer while we wait on that. And another buddy said it was called the Flamingo Drive in Hobbs when I was a kid, says the text. Another texter saying, sounds like Hillary Clinton when she was running for office, says the text. And we'll give it back to you in a second, B.
How many times can you say says the text? For real, dude.
All right. And Digger Bill says, heck, man, I only have one job, but I do enough hours to qualify as 2 plus jobs, says the texter. And J.R. DePardo, man, $1 million a game for ODB. That's gotta be nice. $18 million contract.
That's, I mean, damn.
Yeah. Did you really just call him Bigger Deal?
Bigger? Come on. Yeah.
You did. You called it. You changed the words. You said Bigger Deal.
I have a new drinking game.
What's that?
Tom.
Every time you say
anyway.
What's that be? Go ahead, Russ. Go ahead, Russ.
New drinking game. You know, you have to take a shot every time you say save the texture.
Right.
Half of southeast New Mexico would be alcoholics in a week.
My pet peeve when I say who's coming up on the extended version. Most people say, hey, Corey Helm will be with us on Friday.
Right.
Not Tom. And Corey Helm will be with us.
Coming up on the extended version.
Just tell me.
Well, you know what it is, B. He's stalling so he can remember who the guest was.
Who is
so
it?
he's like,
who is it?
He's waiting.
It's Lance Marker. Lance Marker.
What about him?
We don't have a Lance Marker.
I know.
Last time I checked, it was Larry.
It's a Larry Marker.
Yeah.
Dude, it was worse than that because that wasn't even what he said. I forget the name.
Well, I don't remember exactly. But
it was exactly? It wasn't even close to Larry Marker. I was like,
it was.
I need to get him back in the show, by the way. But that's been a while, guys.
Dude, he was on a couple weeks ago.
Oh no, he wasn't.
Okay. Short-term memory issues, too. All right, let's take a break. Come back. Good news of the day is on the way. Tradio coming up at 9:30. News this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're on 128 driving, between Jowl and Carlsbad, running low on fuel. Exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles. And fill her up unleaded gas, green diesel, red diesel, DEF. They've got all of it, and they do accept all fleet cards, credit cards, and major debit cards. Don't sweat it next time you're on 128. Exit on Buck Jackson Road. Fill her up today. 9:06 on W105. We're going to qualify some people, and then we're coming back, get updated with news. Then we'll come back. We're W105.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Consumer Price Index, Ireland with Sun Hunter for business and pleasure. What are U.S. Special Forces doing in Ukraine? Admiral John Kirby confirms to Fox News a small U.S. military presence attached to the embassy, but says they are not fighting on the battlefield. Former President Trump on Tucker Carlson tonight, concerned about U.S. military readiness, says Russia is making massive ammunition amounts.
We don't have any ammunition. We've given it to Ukraine. We're not prepared to fight. They've given it all to Ukraine.
Republican Senator Tim Scott takes the next step toward his own presidential run. America is listening to Fox News.
Spring into big winnings at Inn of the Mountain Gods and Casino Apache. Join us Saturdays and Sundays in April to play the Spring Winnings kiosk game. Apache Spirit Club members could win up to $30 free spirit play or a point multiplier of up to 12 times the points. The Spring Winnings kiosk game, Saturdays and Sundays in April at Inn of the Mountain Gods and Casino Apache. Must be 21 years or older. See innofthemountaingods.com or see Apache Spirit booth for details.
Attend the Carlsbad Gun Show, April 15th and 16th, this weekend at the Walter Gerald's Exhibition Center, 4012 National Parks Highway in Carlsbad. See dealers selling the finest in modern guns, antique guns, custom knives, ammo, scopes, Old West collectibles, and much more. Buy, sell, and trade at the Carlsbad Gun Show, April 15th and 16th, this weekend at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts and Exhibition Center, 4012 National Parks Highway, Carlsbad. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on this huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Carlsbad Gun Show, April 15th and 16th, this weekend at the Walter Gerald's Exhibition Center, 4012 National Parks Highway in Carlsbad. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com, azgunradio.com. And parking is free at this event.
Get ready for the grand opening celebration at your new local Planet Fitness Gym in Carlsbad. Wednesday, April 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. Step into the judgment-free zone. Meet their friendly staff and check out their clean and spacious environment. Enter to win a free TV or a 1-year Black Card membership. Get Planet Fitness swag, free food, and so more. Get your membership today for as low as $10 a month or see their special new membership promotional offers on April 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. at Planet Fitness, 2515 West Pierce in Carlsbad.
Hey, this is Big Ben. Let me ask you a question. If you could upgrade your pre-owned vehicle and swap keys for a brand new car and keep the same payments, you would do that, right? Well, now's the time to trade up and swap those keys at Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan. So you're driving a 2018 Chevy Silverado. How about a new 2023 for the same payment? Or maybe you're driving a 2016 Buick Encore. You'd swap it for a 2023 for the same payment? Of course you would. Take advantage of these programs while the inventory is available. Trade up and swap keys at Permian today. There's nothing like driving off the lot in a brand new car with peace of mind that you're covered under a full factory warranty. New destinations await. And all you got to do is bring us your current car and let our team know that you want to swap keys for a new car and keep those payments the same. Only at Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan. On approved above average credit, not all applicants will qualify. On select models, see dealer for details and restrictions. Offer expires 4/15/23.
Get ready to laugh it up, Carlsbad. Friday, April 21st, the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center welcomes several hilarious comedians, including Juan Villarreal, as seen on Comedy Central, Telemundo, and HBO. Jerry Garcia, as seen on Netflix and HBO. Sonia Trevino, and hosted by Julian Loera. Doors open at 8:30. Show starts at 9. Tickets just $35 and available at the City of Carlsbad website or prekindle.com. Laugh It Up Carlsbad, Friday night, April 21st at the Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center, 4012 National Parks Highway in Carlsbad. Pop's Power Washing Services, LLC has been in business for 9 years and continues to serve the Permian Basin and West Texas area. Specializing in power washing services for the oil field, Pop's Power Washing would like to earn your business. Contact Eric and the crew today to get on a maintenance schedule to upkeep your battery facilities, containments, LACT units, all the way down to your wellheads to mitigate possible fines to your company. Fully insured and bonded. Call or text Pop's Power Washing Service, LLC at 575-704-0330. That's 704-0330.
Southwest Symphony invites you to their next stellar show on Friday, April 14th. It's the Texas Guitar Quartet. And the show will be at Hobbs First Assembly Church at 7 p.m. Formed in 2008, Texas Guitar Quartet has been hailed as impeccable in every respect by Classical Guitar Magazine. Throughout the U.S., Canada, Central America, Spain, and China, audiences have embraced the quartet for their daring programs, dazzling virtuosity, and joyful music making. They've performed at the Victoria Bach Festival, the Guitar Foundation of America Convention, the Festival Internacional de Noreste in Mexico, and the Texas Music Festival. Friday, April 14th, it's the Texas Guitar Quartet at 7 p.m. at Hobbs First Assembly at 800 West Bender. Concert sponsored by Q Systems Music and Sound and XL Energy.
It's time to get your spring landscaping and gardening underway. And you're going to need a bunch of supplies. South Country Greenhouse is where you're going to find the best selection of trees, bushes, landscaping needs, seasonal flowers, and all the vegetable plants, moss rock, flagstone, even boulders, and your outdoor furniture location. See the exclusive line of mountain rockers. South Country Greenhouse for all the supplies you're going to need for your home and garden this spring. South Country Greenhouse, 311 West London Road, right there in Carlsbad. Find South Country Greenhouse on Facebook.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the end of the Mod Studio. Text line at 877-96W105.
Hello, who are you? I'm your #1 fan.
All right, good news of the day coming up in just a second. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Little Cara Jean-Pierre lied again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she said that the assault weapon ban brought gun violence down. During Monday's White House press conference, she claimed that the 1994 assault weapon ban brought crime down in America. Out now lie. A 2004 report from the Department of Justice, National Institute on Justice, demonstrated the research could not credit the assault weapon ban for the reduction of crime. Washington Times quoted the University of Pennsylvania professor Christopher Coper, author of a book that talked about just that we cannot clearly credit the ban on assault weapons dropping gun violence in America. So she lied again and again. I'm not surprised. Biden has quoted those numbers also. Same time. Looks like Luna County. That's Deming and Columbia, and is it Columbia? So looks like the mayor of Columbus went missing. Mayor Ezekiel Salas and Jose Luis Montero, an employee of the county, of the city of Columbus, went missing. That's what they thought. Well, they went on vacation together to Mexico. And of course, Columbus is well known for there being an open door for things passing through that port of entry. And they went to Mexico on vacation and were supposed to be back at work on April 4th, but didn't come back. So after a while, the city reported that they were missing. Well, they're back. Everything's good. Everything's awesome. I mean,
tequila was really good.
Yeah, exactly. Or we're making deals with the cartel or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Looks like Sandoval County fined $11,000, almost $12,000 for lack of control regarding COVID-19 safety protocols. County was given the citation 6 months after one of its employees died of COVID. So OSHA came in and fined them close to $12,000. Marco Rubio warned Tuesday in an op-ed that China is on a fast track to becoming the world's dominant naval power as the United States slips. In the op-ed, he quoted that China is on track to have more than 440 ships in 5 years. U.S. Navy, how many ships you think we got?
I'm going to say 150,000.
150,000.
Did you not just hear what he said China had?
Yeah.
The whole point of the story was China's outpacing us.
Yeah.
So we got 291.
Dang, B.
And we're not building new ships. We're not replacing ammo that we gave to Ukraine. Mm-hmm. We're not replacing missiles.
Go ahead and say it, Tom. You were in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, he's right there.
Hey, I do want to say this. Now, you know that I know Lisa Arthur. She's known as my business partner through the years in Roswell. Her son, who's in the Navy, Adam, was
here we go.
Was recently decorated for the job performance in the Navy. He's in West Virginia, I believe.
I thought they were kicking him out. Last time you gave an update, you said he was being relieved of duty.
No, but he was in the Roswell paper, and big kudos to him.
Wait. You said he was being relieved of duty.
No, I did not.
I
was recognized for his excellence on one of those ships over there. And so he was in the Roswell paper, and I thought I'd just give him kudos because his mother really went a long way to make sure that kid did right. Had to move to Texas to do it.
So what you're saying is not only is he a decorated naval officer, he's also, or naval person, he's also great at doing taxes.
I got to call him on that. You're right about that, buddy.
Anyway. I just can't.
And by the way, you did say it. You said he had some medical concerns and they were going to relieve him.
Well, that a while back because he's allergic to eggs. And they wanted to.
Thank you. So, no. You just said you didn't say it.
No, but
all credibility is shot to hell.
No, but about a while back, he was allergic to eggs, and they had
I didn't say it. By the way, one of the textures nailed it.
What?
It was Mark Reeder.
Yes, there you go.
Screwed up on Larry Scott.
Yeah,
Larry,
you got it. You got it.
Larry's name.
Who's Mark Reeder, dude?
Larry Marker. Mark Reeder.
Oh.
Mark Reeder was the guy. Yeah. According to a brand new study, women are more than twice as likely as men to yell if they are the boss. Women will yell more than guys. That's interesting. Good news of the day coming up in just a second. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. The choice for your next HVAC job. Look, we're in the 80s. It's hot. And air conditioning not working really good. It's not going to get any better when it gets in the 90s and then in the hundreds. You know the drill. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get more hot, and you're going to be miserable. Maybe you've tried some other HVAC guys. Call the best. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Look, I can say this much. Enrique has saved us a ton of money and air conditioning expenses at the radio station. He has babied our air conditioning units at our transmitter location. And if it can be fixed, he will fix it. If you need a new unit, he will find you a new unit and get you the lowest possible price that he can. Call and schedule that appointment. Let him check out your air conditioning if you're having some issues. 575-631-1999. Call him today. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. Good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes. Avenue D and Lovington, 575-396-0513. You can find him right across the street from Bob's Thriftway. Take care of your home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, and more. Proud sponsor of the Good News of the Day.
So 2 lottery stories are in the news. The 61-year-old guy in Iowa bought a lottery ticket on April Fool's Day, of all things, and thought he was being pranked, but he really did hit the jackpot for $40 million. And a woman in Florida spent her life savings to help her daughter beat cancer, then hit the lottery for $2 million the day after her daughter finished her last treatment for breast cancer. A fisherman in Texas was in the right place at the right time last Friday morning when he saw a Jeep that was almost fully submerged in a lake. He called the cops who showed up to pull the Jeep out. Then they realized a woman was still inside and still alive. She'd been reported missing a few hours earlier, and they got her to a hospital. And speaking of Texas, a 24-year-old guy just quit his job to spend 100 days riding a horse 2,300 miles from Austin to Seattle. He says there's a family tradition on his dad's side where he has to go on a great big adventure. His great-grandfather started it. He could choose any adventure he wanted, and this is what he picked, and he left on Sunday. And that is the good news of the day.
This just in, EPA announcing dramatic restrictions on gas-powered cars. Do you know what the percentage is of electric cars being sold in America over the last year? What do you think the percentage of vehicles being sold in America is?
5%.
5.8%.
Wow.
That's it. And now we're putting more restrictions on gas and diesel-powered automobiles.
Well, because those electric cars are so good for the environment, because the mining for those batteries doesn't hurt the environment at all.
Oh no, it's awesome.
And the electricity to charge those charging stations doesn't come from evil oil and gas.
Yeah. Well, 5.8%, and we're gonna make people buy electric cars because they're pretty much going to make it harder and harder for the gas-powered cars to be bought. Pretty sad. Matt, remember this all happened under Obama? This is why we don't have spare tires anymore.
Look for the new gas taxes to be coming soon.
Oh, no. All right, we're coming back. We got Tradio coming up next. We're being the Breakfast Club. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 a.m., Thursday edition of Being the Breakfast Club. News this morning being brought to you by H&H Fuel Services, New Mexico, Delaware, and Permian Basin. They're your poly pipeline construction professionals. Find them in Jowl, but give them a call. Go to the website, hnhfs.com. Colin's the guy to call at 432-269-6027. They've got the fast fusion pipeline machines in-house, squeeze tools up to 16 inches. They offer turnkey pipeline and facility construction, subcontract services, and more. HNHFS.com for more.
Be real quick before you take off. Sorry to interrupt. But apparently one of the texters says the deal at Goddard High School, they're doing a simulated DWI car wreck near Goddard High School, and that's what was going on with all the emergency vehicles.
Yeah, what that is, it's called Every 15 Minutes, and it's presented to the school body. And that's,
thank you, Tom. Thank you. Well, we don't need the play-by-play.
Well, I'm just adding to it.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for the play-by-play. I think Will told the whole story.
He did, but not the rest of the story, which I just did.
We don't need that.
All right, Paul Harvey.
I mean, you're no Paul Harvey.
So color man, at best color man in the business. There you go.
Thank you. God bless you. All right, we're going to take a break. Tradio coming up next. Stand by for that. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6:06. Tom, I bet you go home and do the rest of the story for the cats. So get moving. Go deal with the cats.